Welcome, friends and fiends, to our holiday charity game. We're going to meet our incredible cast in just a moment. But first, our story begins inside a store. It's large and lit by magically charged tubes. The walls are white and bare, cold and austere, so as to not compete with shelf after shelf, row upon row, racks upon racks of brightly colored goods. Dozens of figures of all species, ages, and sizes wander the aisles, inspecting products and selecting their purchases. A hand reaches out, picking up a plush toy. The small plushie has a wide smile stitched into its face and is dressed in a green sweater, white yarn forming the outline of what looks to be a reindeer on its chest. The customer's head turns suddenly, the faintest sound of jingle bells catching their attention. Finding nothing, they shrug, place the toy in their basket, and head towards the checkout counter. They do not look back, so they do not see the two dolls which pop briefly into the vacant spot on the shelf. An identical doll to the one they carry, dressed in a green sweater, and another, nearly identical, this one adorned in red, both emblazoned with a reindeer, both just a little bit more cheery. As the customer exits the store, we push in on a hand. We see the city of Wayhart in all its glory. The sun shines brightly. The air is still warm. There's not a cloud in the sky because it's the middle of July. Another customer exits Big Blizz Discount Store carrying a large wreath adorned with red berries and a bright red bow. A large wreath, also adorned almost identically with a bright red bow, appears in the shop's display window. And the jingle bells continue. And welcome, everyone, to a lullaby for the Christmas Lich, a holiday D&D, a holiday-themed D&D 5e adventure. I can read my own script. I'm Kate Purcell. I will be one half of your GM team for tonight. My better half, David Lee, may not be seen on screen, but he will be working all kinds of magic behind the scenes. You can follow me at KDamnFear on socials, and you can find David at Full Rubber Ducky. You can, of course, follow us here or at CW_presents on Twitter. And with that, let's meet our players. I'm going to start with Jen.
Oh, okay. Hi, I'm Jen. We're starting with me. You can find me places on the internet. I don't know where we hang out now, so I'm just kind of in little bits of everywhere. But you could also see me in E21 by night because that was really fun. And we're here to raise money and stuff. And I didn't have a script. I'm so sorry.
You are wonderful, Jen. Thank you for being here and donating your time. Katie.
Hi everybody, my name's Kate or Katie Osborne. I go by Katie Source on all corners of the social media. I am a full-time content creator, actual play performer, neurodivergence educator. Sometimes I talk about sex, intimacy, and relationships, and sometimes I play TTRPGs. So you might say I work in both type of dungeons. Thank you for being here. All right. Thank you. I wrote that once and I've been using it for 4 years, so it's fine.
I don't see why you'd ever need to write anything else, honestly.
Oh, also, just a note to your viewership, I'm terribly sick and I'm so excited to be here, but if you see me yelling at my shoulder, that's just me coughing. Don't worry about it. I'm fine.
I know those feels. Persephiroth.
Hi, I'm Persephone Valentine, aka Persephiroth on the internet. I'm a TTRPG content creator, drag queen, streamer. I'm just a hot mess on the internet.
Holly.
Hello, I'm Holly. I also have a slight cold, so please excuse. Yeah, I'm on the internet too. I do things. I make art. I do a shop where I sell sweaters with my friend Kayla, and yeah, I'm just here. You might hear my chicken. She's I have a disabled chicken in my basement, and sometimes she makes noises, so sorry.
Can we just cancel the show and we just talk about the chicken for the
Chicken
rest?
stream right
yeah,
now.
no,
Chicken
I was thinking
stream?
that, yeah.
Her
Just
name's
like-
Freya. Yeah, she was just outside, so I have like a little baby jail for her outside, and so she gets her little outside time. And yeah, I have so many animals. So yeah, so I'm sorry if she makes little chicken noises.
Farm kid at heart. I
know.
miss all the animals.
Yeah.
Candace.
Hello, my name is Candace. You might know me as Candace Magnificent. My pronouns are they, she. Suddenly, all of the things that I'm supposed to talk about went out of the room. I do this. I do TTRPG stuff. I write and I voice act. So shout at me if you want any of that.
I muted to cough and then I forgot how to unmute. Latia, last but most certainly not least.
It's okay. I was just going to vibe until whatever happened. Hi, I'm Latia Jaquise. You can find me across the internet at Latia Jaquise. You may know me as Tahani from Rivals of Waterdeep. You may know me as one of the writers on Critical Role called The Netherdeep. You may know me as the community manager for all of Dungeons and Dragons. I manage all of you. But right now, I'm just a TTRPG player and so happy to be here and very comfortable in my onesie.
We'd also like to give a special thanks to our mod, Emily, Salty Queer, and all of our other mods, including Kato hanging out in chat. We cannot have an awesome stream without mods, so thank you all. You are wonderful. Thank you to Kato for planting the seed of the idea that became this campaign. We'd also like to thank Leslie, Stephanie, and Andon for help with our Christmas Wild Magic roll table. And thank you to, as you can see above, Schnauzer for crushing our goal. Everyone is going to start with a +1 to any D20 roll of your choice. Everyone is also going to get a roll on the Holiday Wild Magic roll table, which we will get into in just a moment. I am so excited. I think that's everything that we need to go over. I'm sure I've forgotten something. This is a GM panicking going, that's everything on my list, but what isn't on my list? So we're just gonna dive in. Our story begins at the Adventurers Guild. Our 6 party members have been summoned to the Adventurers Guild Hall in Wayhart, a no longer so small town with a reputation for strange events and steady income for adventurers. The Guild Hall buzzes with activity, with the upper echelon of the guild members muttering about a sighting, sending scouts, poring over maps, and receiving reports. The hall is decked out in festive decor, though you can't help but notice how most of it seems to be dusty, faded, or suffers from obvious scratches or nicks. Now that you think about it, this decor has been up for months, since summer. That's strange. Paying it no heed, though, you 6 are stationed at a table, waiting for orders. Tell us, who do we see around the table, and what have you been up to on this very faded, but no less festive Christmas Eve? And if no one wants to go first, I'll make you roll for it.
Let's roll for it.
Rolling!
Roll initiative.
Roll
Talking initiative.
Yes.
Who is talking?
Roll a d20.
Roll a d20.
That's a 19 for me. I'm probably going first.
I got an 11.
2.
I got a 4.
Got an 8.
13.
Yep.
Me.
Take it away.
So, Madeline Moon is a very, very small Yuan-Ti wizard. She wears robes that are decked out for the season. They're red and gold and white with fur trim. They are trailing behind her because she refuses to admit that she is not 4'5" and that these robes are for someone who is 5'10". She refuses. She is carrying trays of baked goods that she has made in the kitchen to place around the table and is going from each table, placing them down. She did not bake these. She can't cook. She's not allowed in the kitchen except to deliver the food, but she likes being in the kitchen and she thinks maybe someday they will let her cook. Maybe. Someday. Again. And she promises she won't blow the roof off the Adventurers Guild again.
Again being the key word, I'm sure.
Again.
Yeah.
I think we had a 13 next.
That's me. Merlin is a small gray tabaxi. You see him over in the corner, probably close to the fire. He normally has a little lute that's made out of a matchbox. But today, he instead has a little tambourine with a jingle bell attached to it. And he's playing beautiful percussion as they sing out their positive, festive Yuletide wishes to anyone who will listen.
And I do think it's important to note that while Merlin is a tabaxi, he's a cat-sized tabaxi.
Yes. We.
He is so small.
But what he lacks in size, he makes up for in holiday cheer.
Absolutely. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. I know there was a 3 and I lost. There was an 8. Was there an 8 or a 9? I lost the numbers in between.
I got an 11.
11.
Okay, yeah. So Fancy Boy is here just sort of sitting at one of the tables and digging through his spell book. He's trying to look very wizardly right now. It's very important for him to look wizardly sometimes. So he's like, So he's talking out loud obnoxiously like, oh, yes, no, that's... I would have never thought that was correct. Oh, I'm just interesting. Haha. Mouth's magic mouth. That doesn't sound right. And you just hear him like go, like he's just scribbling. He's not really paying attention. He's trying to look like he knows what he's doing. His little like feathers are a little disheveled. And I don't know if he notices the Christmas decorations are old. I don't think he's that observant.
And next up was Harmony?
Yeah.
Question mark?
I think so. So Harmony is a half orc, although you wouldn't really know it unless you got really close to her, which nobody does on purpose. And she's over by the fire, and they've got their shawl that probably has seen much better days. Underneath that, as it kind of like moves with them, you can see this little amulet that's kind of on their belt. Looks a little tarnished, just kind of maybe a little rusty, and can't really, it's very, very faded. And Harmony is just warming up a cloth that inside of it has a bunch of red bean buns sitting by the fire, listening to Merlin tambourine away, I guess is the wording, and would be hanging up on a piece of string, like drying out like orange peels and lemon peels or whatever they had to make for the start of tea season, as it's getting a little drafty maybe. I don't know. It's Christmas decorations up still, so probably tea's fine. And yeah, they're just kind of busybodying without looking like they're busybodying while they're hanging up the tea and warming up the bean buns.
I think it's me.
Kyle!
So you see Kyle Von Zarovich, no relation. Sort of, he's very small right now. He appears to be sort of a hobgoblin, and very small, a little chunky. He's wearing a very like obviously hand knit holiday sweater that he's sort of like made into, you know, like a little figure of like a tree with like a little wizard. It looks like the side of a van. And he's clearly very proud of it. It's a little raggedy. It's a little old. It's a little dusty, like these decorations around him. He's wearing big, sort of like thick glasses, and he's sort of sitting between Harmony and Merlin. And basically anytime Merlin pauses for breath, Kyle is behind them going, actually, it's really interesting. The etymology of many carols is actually, it's fascinating. Actually, if you look to the history books, the oranges that people put, it's really symbolic of, and he's just like, he won't stop. He's not going to stop the whole time. and he's just very, very excited to be there because Kyle he's just a little guy.
I'll need a little guy. And he's a little guy, and there's an even littler guy who's singing loudly, and this is just perfection. And then last but not least...
And then with the other little guys is another little guy who appears to be tuning a drum, like making sure that the drum head is like properly tuned to go along with Merlin's tambourining away. But every time this little guy taps the drum head, they become another little guy. Like you see a halfling, and then you see a gnome, and then you see what looks like a really short human. As they appear to be deciding who they're going to be that day. As Partridge in Pear Tree is trying to decide who she's going to be for the day, as she's just tuning her drum head at the same time as she is perfectly on beat with whatever Merlin happens to be doing for the day.
This is joy. And as just there's music and there's all these little guys, just a hint of Christmas wild magic blows over you all. And holiday magic surges. And I'm gonna need everyone to roll me a D100. Because everyone
100.
has a holiday magic surge.
Gladly.
My goodness.
What fresh hell will this be?
Oh, that did it wrong.
63 for me.
63, that was almost my favorite one on this roll table.
I got 64.
Okay, so for 63, I need you to roll me a D4, please.
Okie dokie. That's a 4.
So for the next 4 days, Madeline Moon can cast Sleep once per long rest, but this spell only impacts good aligned children.
Good aligned children. Can I say I accidentally cast it right now?
Absolutely.
Are there any children in the Adventurers Guild?
So it is Christmas Eve, so there's like actually one like child who's hanging on to a non-binary person's like leg as they're trying to look at this, and they're clearly like, honey, we'll go home soon. Hold on. And this kid's like,
Oh no! That's totally sad. We don't have to listen to them cry anymore.
And they've
I
been
wonder
at it for a
what
while.
caused that. Oh no.
It's a Christmas miracle.
It truly is.
Amazing.
And then Kyle,
Like a
you
shot
got
of whiskey
64?
for a child.
No.
I got 64.
Oh, you got apologies.
They both have glasses.
Well, and you're above each
I
other.
know, it's so
on my thing.
confusing. The
Um,
vibes.
Fancy boy, a very small Christmas sweater the size of a dog or a cat appears in your hand.
Ah!
And you cannot put this item down until you find a small creature to put it on.
Did someone hand me this? Did it come from my book? What does it smell? I smell it. Put on my bird nose.
Smells a little bit like peppermint and cocoa.
Oh. I look around. I look immediately at Merlin.
Merlin is oblivious. Just keeps playing, having a great time.
I'm just like, oh, dear Merlin and Kyle, would any of you fit in this tiny sweater that suddenly materialized in my hands?
Oh, fancy boy, that's like such a nice idea. I was kind of thinking that actually we could get matching Christmas sweaters this year. Like, just really like up the ante on the Adventurers Christmas card. Like, last year we did pajamas and that was fun, but I really like your initiative. I'm good,
thank you, dear.
but I bet maybe Merlin, if you ask him, he's,
Well, it has been unseasonably cold lately, so I wouldn't mind a sweater at all if you'd like to put it on me.
And he like reaches his little paws up with grabby hands for it.
Yeah, I of course hand it down, and I'm like, it smells nice. I'm not sure where it came from. Could be cursed, but it was in my hand, so
Yeah,
I
but
can't say.
a curse is just a new problem to solve, and solving problems is something I think is great.
That's wonderful. It might have come from the dregs of the arcane for me saying a spell wrong, and we're not sure, but enjoy.
Thanks.
I'll sit back down, and I'm like, I clearly like look concerned, like back at her, like, is this like
us-
as they put it on?
Give us just a moment. We have lost someone. We've
lost Seffy. We'll be right back.
Seffy.
Oh no!
One moment. Alrighty, we are back. There are tech gremlins afoot. Apologies. Hopefully, we will have our 6th member return. If not, we will charge forward, and she will, in fact, indeed return. So, with that, who rolled on the wild magic table next?
I'll.
Go ahead.
Well, I mean, we all did. I got
Yeah.
a 1.
You got a 1?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see what happens with you. Roll me a d4, please.
Ooh, okay. E4. That's a 3.
For the next 3 days, you have the unshakable, unflappable urge to place coal into the stockings of anyone who is rude or naughty.
Oh, that's all the time. This is just enhancing a thing I do.
Yeah, so just keep an eye out.
I got a 9.
Got a 9. So, Kyle, all of a sudden, around you, corner of your vision, dancing in the air. You can't touch them, but you can see them and you can smell them. Candy canes and minced pies dance around you
Wow.
for the next minute.
Kyle looks like a cat. He just starts trying to take him out of the air.
Don't believe it, Kyle. It's not real, man. You just gotta rise above it.
Oh yeah, but
I get those all the time.
okay. I was okay. I'm just kind of hungry, but no, that's okay. That's cool. It's good.
Oh, are you hungry?
Yeah, I mean, pretty much all the time, honestly, if we're being honest. But it's fine. Yeah, it's just a little snack, little mince pie, which honestly are pretty difficult to make. If you'd like me to go into more detail, I'd be happy to do so.
Harmony, just
I know a weird amount about mince pies for some reason.
while you two are talking, Harmony silently just opens up the cloth, takes out a red bun, hands it, puts the hand out.
Kyle looks at the bean bun in Harmony's hand, and his eyes get wide, but they're extra wide because they're magnified by his big goofy glasses. And he looks at the bun, he looks back at Harmony, looks at the bun, looks back at Harmony, goes, "Harmony, I don't say this lightly, but you're my best friend." And he just takes the bun, he shoves the whole thing in his mouth. I hope that's cool to say. I don't know. We haven't really talked about it though, so if you want to talk about it later, that's fine too.
Harmony just nods and then goes folds back up, looks over at Merlin. Do you want one?
I mean, if you have enough for everyone to share, I would thank you.
And
Yes,
that
who's
bean bun is-
giving away snacks?
And then Harmony turns to Partridge and hands out a bean bun,
Yes, thank you very much.
and then puts out another one without even looking and tosses it behind them at Fancy Boy.
Oh yeah, Fancy Boy catches it like a seagull grabbing a baguette, and he's all you see is just the beak, and it's one bite, and he's like, "Excellent, thank you," and then just goes back to his spell book.
And then Harmony will also toss one Seffy's direction when Seffy is back. They can have a bean bun as well.
All right.
Also, it seems to me that some of you are hallucinating strange festive things. Could that have something to do with the place that we're in?
You know, it happens to me everywhere. Sometimes I get something, my mom called it the zoomies, where I get really excited and I just gotta run as fast as I can.
Oh, that frightens me immensely. I'm very afraid of fast-moving feline creatures for some reason.
I'll do my best not to do that in front of you, but I
Thank
can't
you.
make
That
any
brooms-
promises.
Vacuums also frighten me. There's a long
Me
list.
too.
Dark shadows in the sky.
I don't like that.
No.
I hear what you're saying about the holiday decor, but my uncle, my totally normal regular uncle, he always says that the holiday cheer and vengeance lives within your heart all year round. It's sort of just that's what people say at the holidays. I'm pretty sure. So
Now,
you know.
now,
Is
Kyle,
this the
we've had-
uncle that you've told us works at the Nintendo card factory?
Yeah, he works at the Nintendo card factory, doing totally normal Nintendo making stuff. He makes the cartridges. That's what he makes for the all the girls and boys and non-binary friends. That's what he does. Nothing else. No other weird jobs at all. That's just what he does.
All right.
Yes, Fancy Boy like lean into Partridge and just be like, I know he says this often. I wonder if there's an iota of truth though. Do you think this is a real person?
I mean, you can't just make up wanting to give vengeance to people on the fly like that. There's got to be something.
I don't know.
Something in it.
I'm concerned. That's all.
I mean, it's totally fair and right to be concerned. But I mean, as long as it doesn't really affect us, we should be fine.
That is true. But if this family trauma starts to bleed into our good festive times, I'm going to have to say they need to go no contact. That's all.
That's fair.
All right. I'm not gonna lie, I lost track. I lost a player.
I got an
anyone not-
86.
I got 17.
Okay. Sorry,
We were
Jen,
just
what did you have?
riffing off of poor Kyle's.
86.
86. I'm like, this is great, but I don't want to move on. Roll me a d12, Harmony.
Oh no.
Sounds complicated.
No one ever uses D12s.
Right. And for some reason, D&D Beyond was very slow motion.
Sometimes if you refresh, it'll speed up the dice rolling.
I got a 3 though.
You got a 3?
Yeah.
You can summon gift wrap at will for the next 3 days.
Like, wait, hold on. I have questions. Like, I can gift wrap something, or I can summon gift wrap. Does it come with tape?
No.
Okay.
It's not my item, but I have additional questions. When you summon the gift wrap, is it like a floaty gift wrap a la like the rug in Aladdin where it like flies around and can do
Or is
whatever
it a
wants?
tube?
Right.
Right.
Is it just
I
a
think
tube
it's
you got
like-
from Target and you unwrapped it and
Yeah,
now
I
you
think
just
it's
have
just
gift
like a tube of like feet rolls.
Does the pattern change every time
It's
it is
different every
summoned?
time.
Okay.
Okay.
wrap. That's
Okay.
awesome.
And it's not the fanciest, but it's pretty nice. Your grandma's not going to complain about this.
Like the $5 bin versus the $3 bin.
yeah.
Yeah.
The kind that you can like run the scissors
Yeah.
all the way without it breaking.
Ooh,
Got the grid on the
Yeah.
back, like the
Yeah.
grid
Shit.
kind.
Yes,
Yeah.
That's good
Grid.
stuff.
That's
Yeah.
good stuff.
Yeah. Prime wrapping paper right
Yeah.
there.
And then Merlin, you said 18?
17.
17. Roll a d20.
19.
And then roll me a d6.
These are a lot of additional rolls. It's 3. I'm concerned.
Your waistline increases by 19 inches. You
Oh my
grow a
goodness.
big Santa kitty belly. And it will last for the next 3 days.
Merlin turns around and is like, "Do you think this sweater is gonna fit? Because I appear to have grown more curvaceous in the last few moments, and I'm a little bit concerned. Not about the size, because I'm a small cat, and I feel like this little pooch is actually rather becoming on my figure. But I just want to make sure that this sweater still fits, because I was about to put it on."
I wonder if because it's magical, does it do the thing?
Is it a crop top?
Yeah.
That's really fashionable.
kitty belly.
Oh, I love it. Does it look good?
Ellie.
Yeah.
Thanks. Now I can eat all the Christmas ham I want.
There's so much room for snacks now.
Yeah.
Cookie pouch.
And as you all sit around, marveling at the strange things that have happened in the sudden lack of crying, you notice two figures who are quietly arguing over a tea cart. They certainly don't look like the usual adventurers in this space. A plump woman near middle-aged with a tightly knit crown of braid braided silver hair, quarrels furiously with a man with a almost clean wizard's robe and an unkempt beard. A small goblin stands at their side, large eyes darting nervously around. He's young and dressed in festive attire, and a drum hangs from a cord before his belly. In between admonishings, the man in the wizard robe, who has now seized a slice of cheesecake on a plate and begun nibbling it, the woman tries frantically to flag down people who are hurrying by, but is being pointedly ignored. She's still singing, she grumbles, poking an accusatory finger into the man's ribs. He almost chokes on a mouthful of cheesecake and then swallows painfully. Why are you blaming me? I can't do anything about that. Well, she's your ex, and they are ignoring me, she says, motioning to the rest of the guild.
At this moment, Partridge stops tuning her drum, takes the drum head off, reveals a tub of popcorn, and begins to eat it.
And just as you settle in, her gaze locks on you and your party. You! She starts across the room towards you all, with the man following sheepishly. You're adventurers, aren't you? I've got a job for you. She's still singing. I need you to stop her, or all this holiday cheer is going to kill me. And all of us. But most importantly, me.
Ma'am, may I ask for your names so that we can be better acquainted, please?
Yes, introductions are most normal in this part of the world, I assume.
You're right. That's fair. Normally better than this. She's just been singing for... I'm Alice. This is Greg. I run a tea shop in town. He causes trouble.
Greg, you seem to be a practitioner of the arcane arts.
Yes, I make many things.
Oh, excellent.
He breaks many things.
Well, that's a bit aggressive, but what do you need us for?
The Christmas Lich.
I'm
Al
sorry.
raises his little hands.
Yes,
Like
in the back.
What?
You can't hear her. Of course you can't hear her. The Christmas Lich is singing. She's not supposed to be... I mean, she's supposed to be wrapping it up right now, but she's been singing for months. She's breaking the accord. You can't break the treaty without consequences, and I need you to stop her, because she's not going to stop anytime soon, and that means that all this Christmas cheer is just going to destroy us. It's only supposed to be the month of December. We have turned a blind eye to her invading November because it's after All Hallows Eve, but I can't... No one can sustain this level of holiday cheer for this long. Look around. Look at all the decorations. None of this is good.
I mean, I don't want to like necessarily argue with you right off the bat, but I always heard that the best way to spread Christmas cheer is singing loud for all to hear, but there's not really a statute of limitations on it, you know, like there's not really like a calendar date that's just kind of like
There is.
singing, you know?
There is.
Oh,
Time is a social
there's a treaty.
construct.
There is a treaty. She's allowed 1 week in July. But outside of that, it's supposed to be, like I said, supposed to be contained to December. We have ignored her creeping into November. She's taken too much power. She's feeding on all of us. Doesn't that concern you? A lich is feeding on you.
I mean, is the problem the singing? Because I do that all the time, and I don't want to break the accord.
It's not, no, it's... When the Christmas Lich sings, she draws holiday cheer out, and she takes from all of you. And if she doesn't stop singing soon, you're all going to be drained.
Oh, but
It's
I have
this
all kinds of
specific.
parties for the rest of the month. I can't get drained.
Precisely.
Is this a different form of the weave? Perhaps the holiday weave?
Yes, exactly that. Very smart. Looks you over. Very smart.
That doesn't seem to make any sense to me, though, because is there a god that gives us this power? Where did he just starts talking to himself?
Look,
Can you go a couple steps back? And I mean, it's clear there's some information that we do not have in order to properly assess the situation. What is the treaty? What is the accord? And aside from being drained, which is a whole other story, what will happen if she doesn't stop singing.
I think the treaty is where they keep the presentes, and then he goes up for a high five.
I give it.
I'm sorry, that was inappropriate. Please continue with your story.
She looks at Greg. You would like this one. Okay, so I don't have time to explain it all. I am exhausted. I have a splitting headache. I am exhausted. You all have to be exhausted. Have you not felt... I'm authorized to sign contracts through the wardens. Whatever this Kinley nonsense is, it can wait. I am authorized. I will pay you 10 times the going rate. I will take you there. I will send Breadstick here with you. And she motions to the little goblin. And we will just stop her singing.
That sounds easy enough. I'm sure the capable adventurers here and Fancy Boy gestures to all of this, which may not look very capable from the outside. And then says, I mean, mostly capable adventuring party. I think we're ready.
Wonderful.
While this is happening, there's a fireplace. We were all just sitting next to it. I would like to cast Mage Hand to pull a piece of coal from the fireplace. Toss it a little bit so that it's not hot. And then I would like to try to slide it into her pocket.
She is so... Roll a sleight of hand just so I know if it's a nat 1. That's all I care about.
No, it was a 4. An 8 total, but not a nat 1.
She is so caught up in this, and you can see now there are while she is a little bit unreasonable, you can see there are bags under her eyes, and she does look worn down. And she's clearly in just a little bit of distress, and
And that's why I'm making sure that it's not hot, because I understand her distress. She was still rude to Greg.
Yes, absolutely. No one is arguing. This is wonderful. Great. Well then, she straightens up, and Fancy Boy, faster than you've ever seen, she starts moving her hands, and she is casting.
Ooh.
And in almost the blink of an eye, you 5, 6 are elsewhere. As your vision clears, you notice you're in the foyer of an enormous, elegant penthouse. All of you are here just like you were sitting in the guild hall. The tables, the chairs, Greg and Alice, the tea cart, they're all there, but everything else is gone. Alice pinches her nose. That damn song is even louder here. She's in the next room. When the song stops and everything is sorted, I'll know. I will come and pick you up. And with a wave of her hand, she and Greg are gone along with the tea cart.
Well, I was gonna ask, why could she hear it, but we can't hear it? Maybe the song is just for her.
It's just hunting her.
I mean, that's very considerate of the Christmas Lich if she's gonna, sing a song just for Alice.
Have we considered that this is like a situation? Well, we saw Alice be really mean to Greg, right? Is this like a Alice has to learn a valuable lesson from a ghost before she wakes up? Maybe if we make the Lich stop singing, we're actually impeding, Alice's chance at breaking the chain she forged in life, mostly with Greg. Just saying.
Oh, that sounds very deep, Kyle.
Yeah, well, I like to really overcomplicate things. So, but Breadstick, what do you think, man?
The little goblin steps forward and kind of straightens his little marching band coat. Hello, I am Breadstick. I'm gonna be your little drummer boy for tonight. I think Miss Alice is very strong-willed, but also fair, mostly, if you're not Greg. Yes.
My dear Breadstick, are you here by choice?
Did she pay you to say that?
This is...
Oh. I wouldn't say anything mean about her but no, actually she is. I am here by choice because I'm trying to do a good thing and I want to be I want to be a good person. And it's just at this moment. Merlin, I need you to roll me another d20.
Oh, no.
And 1, 2. Partridge, I also need a d20 from you.
Ooh.
A 9.
9.
An 18.
Kyle, you have another +1 to a roll from donations. Thank you, Mimics and Misfits. Thank you.
Thank
Cheeky
you, chat.
Krakens. Thank you, KTs. Thank you. Oh, 2 +1s. Matihi, who do you want those +1s to go to? Roll again for the 9 because we've already had the illusory candy canes.
Nice.
Can I give Breadstick a bean bun?
Breadstick
2.
very much takes the bead blood. It just, and he only gets about half of it in his mouth, but he's like still trying. 2. You grow a magnificent white beard that persists for 12 nights.
It's gonna
Merlin
be
and-
Santa Claus.
Merlin immediately starts combing through his luxurious beard with their claws. Looks very proud, twirls their mustache a little bit.
And what was the
18 for me.
18? For the next minute, you can teleport up to 20 feet as a bonus action on each of your turns. Since we're not in combat, I'm going to say this lasts until the second round of combat.
Okay.
For fun. 'Cause
Awesome.
I don't want this to go to waste. Okay. And Matt, who did you want that pull to go to? I forgot to actually pull this out. Mimics and Misfits has given a draw from the deck of many things.
Oh my.
So much, Matt.
Oh, nice.
Let's go.
It is going to be very fun. But while that is figured out, actually, that's not my deck. I did a good job preparing tonight. So back to the adventure. Now that you're in here, you do hear a song. And it's the song. And it is copyrighted. So I cannot play it for you all. But it is the song that you hear first every year.
No, not that song.
No,
And you
I'm
know
not-
it.
no.
Can I Arcana check if I know it's that song?
Please.
My arcane knowledge is deep, but this is arcane and eldritch noises.
At first, I thought it was the other song, but that's so not fair, as if that were the first song you hear during the Christmas
That would
season.
be very much not fair.
I only got an 11.
You can't quite place it.
Mm.
It's very strange. Like you're like, how does that next line go? This is
Yes, I was raised as someone's pet, so I didn't really enjoy the true natures of the holidays until I was much older.
Mm.
Any of you, do you recognize this tune?
I think I've heard about it. It's by someone I think called Maria Caddy, I think. It's a person I know to be the person who invented this. I think in recent years, someone said maybe it wasn't actually her, and there was some scuffles. But I don't mind it. It grows on you. You know, it's not the worst one, right? There's worse ones.
There are worse ones. I think
There's
you just
worse
kind of have
ones.
to lean into it.
Yeah,
'Cause, I mean,
it comes
it-
back around.
You know it's coming. You just gotta accept it, lean into it, and just ride the wave.
And I have to tell you guys, just a little secret. He like does a little flourish with his beard. All I want for the holidays is all of you. So it's a song that's pretty true in my book.
That's so incredibly
That's-
sweet.
That's really nice, Merlin. Thank you for saying
Yes.
that. That takes a lot of vulnerability, and I just want to let you know that I recognize and appreciate it. So
Also, Merlin, you seem to be dressed as and look like Santa Claus, so I feel that it might be part of it's a side effect.
Well, you know, that could be, you have a point. If I didn't look like this, I might think that it was nonsensical holiday drivel. That's true. It's not really good. I mean, I'm a musician. I should have higher standards. But right now, I just like, feel the love.
Oh, back in my day, we didn't have holiday music.
Well, what did you have? Like, what did you do?
Oh, we did other things, but we didn't call it holiday music, and we didn't have this Amelia Caddy song that you referred to. So
You don't need it. You could go without it. It's just that the world insists that you swallow it and choke it down. So I just do it so it doesn't hurt me as much.
Oh dear.
Redstick kind of steps forward and says, I think that her name is actually Pariah Carey. And even though she's really pretty, Miss Alice says that she's the Christmas Lich.
I've heard of Vecna. It's as Tam. I've never heard of Mariah Perry. Excuse me. It's not a lich I've heard of.
Yeah, there's
Mariah Harry is what I
Mariah-
think.
Mariah Carey. I've heard of these Carey creatures. There's all sorts of types. There's the Jim Carey, there's Harry Carey, there's Mariah Carey, there's the Carey Fairy. That's a different thing. I just made that up right now. I'm sorry. I wanted to seem more knowledgeable than I was. And he looks at the ground and he kicks a rock.
I believe you.
Redstick, are you gonna play a cool musical dance break with me and with my friend here, Partridge? Because I feel like your talents are being wasted over there with that lady who's just mad at you all the time.
Well, she's not bad at B. She's bad at Greg. They're exes, and that's why. But or are they still married? They have a very complicated relationship that I've been told I'm too young to understand.
I feel like it's a little entangled, whatever it is that they're whatever is going on with them.
Yeah, well, what does Greg have to do with it? Oh, I'm sorry to interrupt, Partridge.
No, you're fine.
Well,
what does Greg have to do with it?
I don't know. I know what I'm here. And he points out, and around you, you're in this little foyer that is. Every surface is covered in knickknacks. Christmas knickknacks of all sorts. Tables upon tables of baubles, ceramic figures, tiny evergreen trees, nutcracker soldiers. But they're not all festive baubles. Many of them are awards. Best song, best album, best vocal performance, artist of the year, artist of the decade, artist of the century. Dozens cover the tables, and a number of them are actually dressed in little festive attire as well. Everyone make me a perception check really quickly, please.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20.
16.
16?
I got a 23.
Ooh.
But it was a dirty 23.
I got an
The
11.
dirtiest. An 11.
Kyle is so perceptive. It's the glasses.
Kyle knows awards. Kyle was a middle child.
It's great. It's great. I got an 8. Fancy Boy doesn't know what's going on. He doesn't care.
Everyone except for Harmony and Fancy Boy. You all, and it's interesting because the three of you that notice this, you all notice it out of the corner of your eye, but you all notice a different instance of this. It happens in 3 places at the same time. You look just in time to see a hand reaching through a small portal no bigger than 8 inches around. It grabs one of the small figurines and vanishes into nothing. The portal closes immediately behind it.
But what did the hand look like?
The one that you saw was actually kind of a gray-green color.
Okay.
And Breadstick did not notice. He is pointing to a large penthouse. The large living area of this penthouse, 2 stories. It's an open floor plan with huge floor-to-ceiling windows. There is a lofted bedroom area above you, which is where you can hear the singing coming from. And placed along the windows around are 5 ornate lidded vases. And you look towards these windows, you cannot see anything beyond because a huge storm rages. Breadstick points to those vases and says, so, those are the Lich's phylactery, and I'm supposed to be here to play the drum because, if you play the drum to the beat of her heart, it makes her heart start beating. And when her heart beats, then you can attack the lungs. And that's how you can stop the Lich.
Okay.
Ew!
And then
That sounds violent. Can't we just like ask her to maybe change the station or like sing one of her many other hits?
Yeah, like,
no
can we
one
just
said
talk
we
to
would be
her?
doing surgery on someone's lungs. It's disgusting.
he does kind of lean over and look up, and just kind of up and to the left, which is the loft area where Pariah is singing. And he looks kind of wistful, and he's like, she is really pretty. It wouldn't be nice to... I know it's what I'm supposed to do, but it doesn't feel good.
No. That's okay. We'll do our best. I think with our powers combined, I mean, Harmony's red bead buds alone could convince me to stop singing, and I literally do that for a job.
And Salty Queer gives a +1 to a roll for Kyle. Thank you, Salty.
Thank you.
So yes, you can... The Lich has not noticed you yet, but you can see her up there dancing. She's in a red frock with white trim and the fluffiest slippers. She's dancing, tracing graceful circles in the elevated bedroom. She hasn't noticed you, but she's definitely singing.
Hey, Breadstick, could I get like a peek inside one of those vases? I'm just curious. You know, I like a good vase, you know?
Yeah, you could just go, like... I mean, I don't know what's gonna happen if she sees you, but I'm just here to play. I'm the little drummer boy.
I might be able to cast invisibility on you. As long as you don't touch anything, you can take a peek if you'd like. You're very small.
Yeah, are they like open? Is there like a lid?
There's a lid, but
Okay.
it's not a particularly heavy lid, it doesn't look like.
Okay. Would you guys be mad at me if I went and peeked in the vase? I also could not. It says, you know, if we're not ready to sort of like jump into things, you know, I'm totally chill with just waiting back here.
Emily seems into that song, and her organs are in suspended animation, so...
And I'm also a very, very curious by nature, so I have no problem with you peeking in there. Just please make sure you're very quiet, because we don't want to draw any undue attention without a plan.
Okay. Kyle will... hold on, I'm just trying to remember if I can do this or not. I'm pretty sure I can. I would like to shape change into just a little bitty a cricket on the hearth. Just a little guy. Just a little guy. Just a little guy. And just, you know, boop.
Yeah.
And I go over. Can I slip in between the vase and the lid? Just kind of take a look inside.
I'm gonna say, yeah, there's a little notch that's been... These are ancient. Like, even in cricket form, you're like, these have been here forever.
Okay.
And yeah, there's a little chip, and you're able to just peek down inside. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Which one do you go to?
I'll go to the third one.
Third?
Yeah.
It's the heart. And it's not beating. It's floating in the middle of the thing. Middle of the vase, not vase. I wrote this module. You'd think I in the middle of the urn, and it's just hanging there.
Okay. Kyle's gonna pop back out and shape change back into once he's like back with the group and head and shape change back and goes, don't get too excited, I only got one of those and I blew it on that, so that's it for the rest of the night, team. Glad I used that for that, but also I felt it's the heart, it's I don't know if that's useful information, but there's a heart in there. It felt rude to mess with it, but just FYI. And then he gives the group a big thumbs up.
Do you think that last Christmas she gave it to someone? And then the very next day,
they gave it away.
Yeah, what if that happened?
What if it was Greg?
It could have been Greg. Maybe she sings because of heartbreak.
Well, and this year, to save her from tears, she's put it in a phylactery.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That's still some very bad arcane magic if you plan on putting your organs into phylacteries. I mean, she's probably still evil, is my guess.
I mean, but she looks really great.
I mean, that's fine, but you can be evil and look
I know
great.
I shouldn't judge people on appearance, but I'm just saying that it's really.
Her smile is irresistible. That's true. Sometimes it looks a little bit scary, like maybe it's a little too white or a little too broad, and her eyes maybe get a little sparkle in them that looks like the glint of a knife in the night. But also, she's real pretty.
They
I would
say that
steal
about
your
my
robe.
smile too, and does a huge grin. He's just got those gnarly, sharp goblin teeth that go every direction.
No, I think
We'll
that's
still die
beautiful.
for breadstick. We'll still die for breadstick.
Yeah, you're wonderful.
Oh,
You gotta believe in yourself, buddy.
you guys are my best friends.
Oh, breadstick. We're gonna make sure nothing bad happens to you ever in your life.
Not a thing.
So what you said is that we've got to make her heart beat to the beat of a drum.
Mm.
And
sorry.
oh no, Kyle, you're fine. You're fine. Gonna make her heart beat to the beat of a drum, and then that's gonna do something to her lungs.
Yeah, so because all her organs are in suspended animation, you can't hurt them unless the heart's beating. And when the heart's beating, that's when you could get the other parts.
All
Yeah,
right.
so put the drum in, or the heart in someone's drum. There are multiple you have drums, correct?
Yeah, I have several. Well, you also have several, right? I mean, you got at least one, right, Brett? I got a drum. You got a drum.
I have a tambourine, so I can back you guys up.
I'll bet that'll help. That's got to make the magic at least 20% stronger. Or at least
According to the
20%.
laws of musical magic.
Yeah. If only it were a cowbell.
I mean, I got one. I pull a cow. I got a cowbell.
You're the
I was gonna
coolest.
say, it sounds like a cowbell when you hit two wrapping paper tubes together.
That's actually true. You get a bit of a thunk.
Harmony says from the corner, looking at one of the urns with their hands behind their back, all nodding to themselves. Yep.
Harmony, what do you think? You're pretty quiet over there.
Oh, I don't know. I don't even know who this person is. But, you guys seem to know what you're doing, so I'm just here to support. Does anybody need any bean buns?
Are you sure, Harmony? Because I have it on good authority that the genre she's most popular in is adult contemporary, and you are an adult.
And you're
Oh,
very contemporary. You know what I mean? Your clothes are just so cool all the time. Just your bean buttons on point. Those are pretty contemporary. That's a contemporary snack. You know what I'm
It's
saying?
true.
Yeah.
In fact, we could use that and possibly, Harmony, if maybe you're good at any kind of deception, we could use you to distract this lich being. Maybe with some bean buns.
Well, my deception is not very good, but
But your bean buns are.
My bean buns are very good. I can make more. So yes, we can use them. Also, I think what if we I just want to say I like the idea of putting the heart in the drum, but I don't want to touch the heart because that sounds like a sensory nightmare. So
I can
someone
do it.
else can do that. That would be
I can
great.
do it. I can use my soft paws. I won't use the claw paw. I'll use the soft paw with
Ooh,
just my
very
beads to pull it out. And then maybe I'll squeeze it really tight and give it love to the beat of whatever your guys are drumming.
Maybe we should not squeeze it because they can get squished. What happens if we squish the heart?
Yeah,
I don't
breadstick.
know.
What happens if we squish the heart?
Like, what if we beat it so much it explodes of happiness?
I mean, technically, she wouldn't be worse off, would she?
Yeah, like, just sort of like, what if we just like pow on just all the different organs, sort of the mummy style, just one by one, just get those vases, knock out the vital organs, what surprise.
Has been a
Breadstick is.
Kyle's.
So what's gonna happen is if you. And then he just like blue screens because I drew the idiot card for the Mimic and Misfits donation, and his
Damn it,
intelligence
Matt!
went down by 3. And he's like,
Oh no.
Useless.
I'm here to play the drums. My name is Breadstick.
Breadstick, you're doing an amazing job, and we're all really, really proud of you, just so you know.
Thank you. I feel valued and appreciated.
Marilla just hugs him. All right, well, we're gonna need a new plan.
Very fluffy with a very light beard. Buries his little face in it.
So I'm not allowed to squeeze the heart, not even gentle?
I don't think so.
Well, so
Maybe
it's,
we just try to play the music near it then?
yeah, maybe we
Yeah.
just we could just try it, rock out for a minute.
Oh, she's definitely going to hear us. I feel like that might be our bigger problem, is that the Lich will hear us. I'm trying to whisper, but I have no volume control. But I'm going to tell you that she will hear us if we start making a ruckus. So I feel like we might need to do some sort of deception to get her to notice that we are perhaps coming in as carolers.
Yes, I was going to say,
Yeah.
what if we play to the rhythm of her song?
Yes. And if she notices us, we say, no, we're but mere carolers. We came by to bring you some bean buns.
Background singers. We're background singers.
That's a
And-
good idea.
And we're here for rehearsal of her next big show, but
Mhm.
there's a set list of different songs. We trigger into singing a different song. We're like, hey, we love this song. You practiced it so much, you got this one on lock. You bust it out every year. Time to sing a different song that you wrote that I don't
Definitely
know.
no.
Definitely no.
I roll religion to see if I secretly know any Pariah Carey songs.
Please do. Breadstick raises one little hand and says, I don't know much, but I know Miss Alice is annoyed that she's singing. Not that it's this song, but just that she's singing.
It'll just be
yes.
a temporary solution while we do the other stuff.
Sometimes
we need.
Miss Alice will have to live with things that she doesn't like.
Yeah, so we plan on stopping her, but we want to make sure she knows that we're here in a way that is not
Safe.
killing us.
Wow, you all are very smart with your plans.
I wouldn't say that, but we're at least competent enough.
Wouldn't say that.
I'm gonna. Oh no, I'm sorry. I didn't realize there was a roll happening.
Sorry.
Oh no, I rolled a 16. Sorry.
16, yeah, you definitely and now that you're hearing this, because she's on her 3rd go round of this one, and you're like, oh yeah, no, it's coming back, and yeah, I do know a few more, yeah.
I have a question.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure, if memory serves, that Pariah Carey is famous for hitting the 56th octave or something like that. And there's a part in the song where she really goes into it. She gets real serious. If we wait until that point, do we have some cover?
I would definitely say so. I will also say though, now that she's on her 3rd version of this, her voice sounds a little strained. Not bad, just she's been singing a lot. She has not been taking proper care of her vocal cords. And you as
She's
a
not
musician
been drinking her throat
definitely.
coat tea.
Exactly. And Partridge, what were you saying?
No, I was just gonna say, I was gonna take a peek into the rest of these urns because I think the lungs are also important, so we should probably know where those are.
Hey. Give me a stealth roll.
Oh boy.
Can
And don't forget
I
there's
Go ahead first.
I was going to say, don't forget you have a lot of +1s.
I do, but I don't think that they're going to help in this instance because my grand total is a 6.
So yeah, which one are you going to? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
We know what's in 3.
Mhm.
Let me pull up the map again. 1 on the leftmost one because it
Okay.
appears to be under the stairs and she may not see me.
Okay, yes. So you, and you're pretty convinced. You're being pretty stealthy. You peek inside. It's not the lungs, it's the liver. And you put the lid down, but it's just as she stops, and you hear a quick, "Who's there?" And as she goes running towards the edge of this. Yes, Merlin.
Can I do something before she gets to the edge?
Do it quickly.
Merlin would like to cast the cantrip message to the Christmas Lich.
Mhm.
And in his most grown-up voice, he says, "Gosh, your throat sure does hurt right now. You want to make sure you're putting on the best performance and you don't get roasted like that one time on VH1. Go and take care of that. You've got fans out there, adoring fans waiting for you."
You do hear like a slight hesitation. Make a persuasion.
I saw that once in a witch stream.
14.
Teen. Okay. You do hear a slight hesitation. And not that you see it, but she does kind of reach to her throat and her eyes are wide, but she does rush to the edge and look down and sees all of you. We're coming back to what that persuasion did. But I need all of you to make a wisdom saving throw, please.
Boy.
Oh, no.
6.
I got a dirty 20.
Ooh.
I got an 18.
Okay.
I got a 2.
Oh,
I got a 15.
Kyle and Partridge, you feel something sink into your mind, but you're able to force it back like a high note. The rest of you are frozen in place by a hold person spell.
No.
As you see
no.
Pariah Carey herself close her long, beautifully manicured nails over the edge of the railing and look down. What are you doing? This is my house. How did you get here? Who's judging my singing?
Well, I mean, none of us are judging your singing. It's a very lovely song, and I look forward to it every holiday season. But you've sang it, what, 2 or 3 times in a row now? It like nonstop. It's very important that you take a break and rest the vocal cords, mighty and powerful as they are.
It's true. We're speaking as fans and backup singers. We're just trying to make sure that you can last the remainder of the holiday season.
You see, especially now, Merlin, you see that concern in her eyes as she touches her throat. I'm only singing because I can't sleep. I've always been an insomniac, and I'm just entertaining myself because Come to think of it, seems like I've been singing for a very long time. I'm pretty tired too. I wish I could sleep. And the 3 of you feel the hold person spell slip.
is there anything that we could do to, help you take that little trip into Dreamland?
I do have a sleep spell if you haven't tried that yet, but I would assume if you put your organs into jars that you've tried that.
I've also eaten several cookies and have gained quite a bit of girth, so if you allow me to, I will cuddle up to you and make you very warm, and you'll want to go to
Yeah.
sleep right away.
I
can
also,
make you tea.
yeah, Harmony's tea, unmatched. You wouldn't even believe it. And I have a shocking amount of Christmas Carol memorized, and that's not a joke. So I could sort of like whisper it soothingly into your ear, give you something to think about while you're, sleeping.
Darling, sleep spells haven't worked on me since I went diamond. No, it's... You do have a very fuzzy belly, and you look very warm. That's actually very kind of all of you. Thank you. No, I can't sleep because there's too much Christmas cheer. I don't decide when I sleep. I have to be awake when Christmas cheer starts. That's just...
Who dictates this?
Yeah, who defines what cheer is or is not? You know, cheer is a social construct.
As you ask that question, I'd like everyone to make me a perception check again.
Oh no. I know what's wrong with her.
Ugh, God, that fancy boy roll's terrible.
Yeah.
Dirty 20.
And
4. It doesn't even matter. I'm just looking at my dumb bird feet.
I got a 6. I'm looking at them with you.
I'm like, look at these bird feet. They're so big.
Yeah, they're pretty big though. It's like pretty cool though. You got bird feet.
Oh, that's pretty neat. What even are you? I say to Kyle.
I don't know. It's like a Baba Yaga situation. It's like pretty rad, honestly.
Oh, that's cool. I like it a lot. We're not paying attention.
I rolled a 12.
So, Merlin, you're the only one who sees it this time. You see a portal open, and a hand reaches through and grabs a wreath that was just stuck up somewhere, and the wreath is just a little bit bigger than the portal. You see it pull through, and the portal closes.
Do you know who's taking all your stuff? Because that's pretty. I mean, you get robbed. That seems like maybe it's not the nicest thing for someone to do to you.
Someone. I'm not. Am I missing things? I mean, I'm always misplacing things. Hold on. And she starts she comes down the stairs in these very, very fuzzy, fluffy slippers, and just kind of seems like just a normal person as she starts going through her house and check it. She's like, okay, well, I don't know where all of that came from. That's a result of singing. My blender's gone. Someone took my blender. Who does that?
Someone took your wreath too. Can I just say, I'm looking at you, and you look suspiciously good for a lich. I've never seen one before, but I was told that I needed to prepare for terror and horrible sights, and you just don't seem scary at all.
I dehydrate a little outside of the Christmas season. That's the reason for the phylacteries. But when the Christmas cheer just comes, it just invigorates me.
Merlin looks at her skeptical.
Remind me, when we saw the hands taking things earlier, what color? I think you said one of them was gray green, but what color were were they all the same color or?
No, they were all different hands.
Okay.
And Merlin, you definitely saw a different. This one was very small, almost like it was like a halfling-sized hand. And you looked, and then you looked away, and you look again, Merlin, and you just see a slight movement out of the corner of your eye. And you see something sliding underneath a table.
I chase
just
it.
below where the... Do you just
I chase it. I get crazy, yeah. My tail's going, and I just I get to it.
Oh,
You scramble
zoomies.
forward, slam into it, get your little toe beans onto a thing, and pull it out.
Yeah.
And it's a flyer. Christmas year-round! Get the coolest and best gifts, all the best upgrades for your loved ones at Big Blizz's discounts.
Christmas year-round? What kind of monster would do this?
I barely like it for the week that I pay attention to it.
This is what I'm saying. That's way too much. How come Alice sent us here instead of this place? This place looks way worse than a Christmas Lich.
Is there an address? Is it a planner? What does this say?
Pariah walks over and takes the flyer from you. If you may I?
Please.
And she, yeah, Big Blizz. That's in the mall. Do you think that has something to do with why I can't sleep? If it's Christmas year-round, I'm awake during Christmas. That's when I'm most alive, because I love Christmas. I kind of a rough childhood, but and I wanted everything to be perfect, and now in Christmas I can't make it perfect.
Well, I mean, you can't make it perfect. People like this out there in the streets.
Especially not if singing this much is hurting my vocal cords. I need to be able to hit those high notes. Who am I
Right.
without my high notes?
Sorry, my internet is lacking and I don't know when I'm interrupting people. Pariah, did you sign any sort of like contract or like merchandising deal with the people at this place? Like, is it possible that maybe they're, siphoning your holiday spirit? Is that kind of thing?
The only thing I've signed is the treaty. But
What?
again, I don't really control it. And well, this storm has been going for so long, and she motions to the blizzard outside.
What
I don't
tree,
know how long I've been awake.
Miss Carrie? What tree?
The treaty.
Oh,
You
the
have a
treaty.
copy? Yeah. I'm allowed to start celebrating the holidays now, the day after All Hallows Eve.
Oh, that
the
is
one,
far
and the one
too
week in
soon.
July.
And the one.
Wait, with the 1 week in July?
Christmas in July. It's everyone's
No.
favorite week.
No, it is
outside
not.
of Christmas itself.
It's not my favorite week.
Oh.
I
But-
prefer structure to my holidays. Only a month.
But
I'm
if
afraid
they're
you just
running
think differently.
if they're running Christmas year round, that definitely is in violation of the treaty. That's not your fault. That's their fault. It's how they're gonna sell all that stuff year round. That's not a week. You know what I mean? That seems like it's breaking the rules.
Because if
And-
they're bringing Christmas about early, then you are awoken by the energy, the Christmas cheer that they bring, and then you have no choice but to sing for the excess that exists.
And I am really tired. But Blizz is just in the mall, and you could take the elevator down if you need to go look at that.
You live above the mall?
Yes,
Well-
that's weird. No one likes that.
The elevator can take you various places. I am a lich, but there's a Cinnabon in the mall. Little goblin, would you bring me a breadstick? Breadstick. Ha! Little goblin, would you bring me a Cinnabon? I hear they have a special cinnamon waffle flavor, and I've just been dying to try it. And she drops just a huge sack of gold into his hands. Like, that should cover it, I think.
Oh. This poor person has never bought groceries for herself, has she?
No.
It can't cost more than 100 gold, right?
You're probably
Less.
looking at something like 200, 250 this time of year. There's a lot of inflation. If you want, we could hold that for you.
Okay.
Yeah, no
Just
problem.
goes
Kyle
over
is
and digs in
savage.
a drawer.
That's fine. Just keeping it safe. No problem. Happy to be of service. Great. Good job.
Drops
Thanks.
a bag of gold into your hand.
Do you want one or two?
I don't know how much more gold I have on hand, so that'll probably do.
Oh no, that'll cover it. I just want to make sure you're getting what you want. Do you want like a latte or anything with it, or just
I don't really like the coffee in the mall, but
that's that's valid.
A tea for the throat?
she looks around to like see if her kettle is still there. Like maybe so. Yes, that's a good. And the little breadstick just wobbling under the weight of this bag of gold. It's like I can get that too.
To
the elevator.
Let me help you. Let me tell you, these liches, sometimes they just bring people on and call them PAs and make them do things for them. It's very unethical, and we're just going to have to be nice to her, but she's out of touch with reality, so understand that she doesn't understand what she's doing. She's never even left this place. I'm pretty sure that she only orders in.
That kind of sounds like Miss Alice.
I don't like dealing with these people. I just want to go back to my library.
Harmony's gonna take a pouch of herbs and stuff out and give it to Breadstick to give to the Christmas Lich for their throat.
All right. To the Cinnabon at the discount store.
Merlin
Yes.
is already by the elevator, stretching to his full cat height, with paws raised to try and touch the elevator button and call it.
And it takes 3 little hops. But on the 3rd little hop, you hit it and bing! The elevator appears. And that's where we're going to take our break. Thank you all for joining us on this adventure thus far. Thank you so much to all of our incredibly generous donors. Our goal was 1,000. We are at 1,230. Thank you so much. And we're going to see if we can find a lullaby to allow the Christmas Lich to sleep when we return. See you all soon. Hello and welcome back. Our brave party here are descending an elevator into a mall. But before we dive into that, I would like to point out that we have from Strange Charm, not just one, but 2 advantage rolls to Katie. And from Rex, our fancy boy is going to have an advantage.
Hooray!
And y'all, you are so incredible. We are at $1,230. Our original goal was $1,000 and we smashed it before we even got started. So thank you again. Your donations not only impact the game, all the money goes directly to the Children's Miracle Network. 315! 1,315! My thing is out of date. Y'all are wonderful. Thank you. And with that, we are going back into the story. A moment later, the elevator stops with a comforting ding, and the doors slide open. The blaring Christmas music explodes into a cacophony. It's a mall. The music reverberates off the shiny tile floor, and the lifeless white walls and white lights enhance a barrage of signage everywhere you look. Before you is a platform with a tall evergreen tree upon it, burdened with ornaments and decorations. Beyond, dominating this floor of the mall, is a mega store. The signage reads, Big Blizz Discounts. Next door is a small cafe with tired-looking attendants called Burnt Beans Brewing Company. Underneath, a tag reads, Coffee Shop, with the word coffee in quotation marks, presumably for legal reasons. As you look around, you don't see the usual variety of stores, but instead, as far as the eye can see, are more entrances to Big Blizz Discounts, interspersed with the occasional Burnt Beans Brewing Company. At the far end of the mall, you see a Cinnabon. But just below the sign is another one saying clearance and last chance and closing soon, with the most prominent one saying, Burnt Beans Brewing Company, new location coming soon. Breadstick, clutching his big bag of gold coins, spots the Cinnabon and looks up at you all, and then nods his little head with his little goblin ears flapping a little bit as he does. So, I'm gonna go get the Cinnabon, and he waddles away, the gold coins banging quietly against his little drum.
Is there a large tree in this mall?
There is a very large tree.
I think Harmony feels like the ever so gentle press of claws into her calf and thigh as like Merlin's eyes get huge, and he looks at the tree and is like,
All right, I pride myself on my impeccable sense of decorum, but I want to go in that tree real bad. You gotta make sure I don't go in the tree, because I don't think I'll come out.
And Merlin, some of those ornaments are the size of you, and they would make such a great noise if they broke.
Oh.
I'd pat.
Can we go in the store? We gotta go in the store, you guys.
Do you want uppies?
It would be for the best.
Yeah. Okay. And Harmony pulls out. They have like a one of those cat carriers with a window for when Merlin needs a boundary.
Thank you.
Such
Oh,
as
this is
there's
so
a big
good.
tree in the middle of the mall.
I'm gonna hum about it from here. I feel much safer. Thank you.
And then Harmony sticks a bean bun in the top and just there you go.
Yeah, his face and his whiskers are like all pressed into the glass, and his mustache is taking up like most of the circle of the little.
I forgot you have a beard.
Yeah.
A beard and a big old belly and a little sweater that's just.
Harmony is trying not to we're not used to the beard and stuff, so.
I feel like the arcane energies in this place are a bit off. It's so bright.
It's you're not sure how those tubes are lighting up.
No,
But
I don't
it's-
like this.
Yeah, it's glaring. It hurts your eyes.
Yeah,
Not
I'm
even
like
those
very
beautiful
squinty.
long lashes are helping.
No.
No.
Do I see? I see that Breadstick has walked away.
Yes.
I ask him? Do we trust Breadstick to achieve this cinnamon bun moment?
I will admit to being a little apprehensive of letting him go by himself.
I believe we should go with him.
I've got this. I'm gonna get the. You hear from down the hall because everything's just echoing because it's
Ugh.
a mall, and it seems very empty in here. And you realize it's because everyone is inside Big Blizz.
Well, I guess we don't have a choice. I suppose we can let him go, but we need to go into this Big Blizz place.
Yeah.
Yes.
I agree.
I don't have sunglasses. I feel like I need sunglasses. Is there anything I can makeshift sunglasses? Like an ornament on the tree I could break?
Goodness,
I
what-
need some mirrors. Is there a sunglass, a sunglass stand?
Well,
Perhaps.
make me an Arcana or a Wisdom.
Okay. My God, I'm feeling so bad. Ah. Fancy boy, you're killing me. I'll do Arcana. Ugh, that's an 8.
The thought comes to you unbidden, and you almost don't think it because your brain tries to reject it as soon as you think of it. But you know that they sell sunglasses inside Big Blizz.
Yep.
Ugh. I need to protect my delicate eyes. Let's go.
You all.
I think I have a hood, or do you have a hood or something that I can? Yeah, I've got a funny costume hat. It's
Oh,
basically
no.
just like,
I can't. My feathers are too delicate. If I put a hat on, they won't be sticking up straight as I need to. It's just, it's important. I'm sorry. I know it's completely unreasonable.
but the hat's got a hole in it.
Oh, then it's just a headband.
Yeah, but it's a hat with a. You're right, but it was sold to me as a hat.
Very well, very well. As long as my beautiful long feathers can stick out of it, it's fine.
Absolutely. So you get basically like a giant floppy sun hat, but it allows your feathers to stick out.
Yes, perfect. Yes. Now I look like an 80-year-old woman in a floppy sun hat with a big beak, like in a dress that is a mage robe in a mall.
While they're figuring out the hat situation,
But thank you.
Harmony is going to summon the wrapping paper, tear off a piece of it, and then just like stick it to the top of the bags that Merlin is in. So Merlin has a dangly wrapping paper inside the cat carrier.
Are we
The cat carrier is
in?
moving furiously.
So, you move forward and you step into Big Blizz discounts. There's a soft chime that's honestly kind of obnoxiously soothing. And you're immediately greeted by a voice. Hello, valued shopper. Would you like some minty breath?
Not again!
No.
The voice comes from a small creature sitting on a podium near the door. It's about the size of a large cat, with a short, fat tail, thick, stumpy legs, and tiny webbed wings. It's white with red stripes which swirl across its body, starting from a swirl at the very tip of his broad, flat nose. He wears a gray and blue greeter vest. And any of you can roll a nature or arcana check to figure out what this is, but Fancy Boy, you don't need to.
Like, not again. I just pulled down my floppy hat.
I got a 21 arcana.
This, you know to be a peppermint dragon.
Oh.
They are tiny, stocky, stumpy little creatures with these tiny wings, and yet somehow they can fly.
Merlin only got a 10, but he looks at this creature and recognizes it instantaneously as a friend. He reaches a paw out and is like, I would like, can I have, Harmony, can you tell him I want minty breaths? I love smelling people's breaths. It's something I can't keep myself from. It's a weird habit, but it helps me get to know you better.
Harmony will take Merlin out, like undo the thing, and just let Merlin, because we're in the store now. So,
Salutations, small dragon, and by small I mean my size. Would you give me some of your minty breaths, please?
War. And he blinks one eye and then the other. And so we've got Merlin being held out by Harmony, who's directly behind him. How is everyone else positioned? For no reason at all.
No, of course.
I'm gonna say with my 21 knowledge that this is a peppermint dragon, and it asked if we wanted minty breath. I'm not gonna be in this radius.
You
However large it is.
Conspicuously off to the side.
Yeah, I feel like I've kind of like moved to the side as well with Partridge. I'm like, you don't want to deal with this. Which is fine. I mean, it's fine that he's back. We love to see the capitalism use this poor dragon multiple times in a timeline.
Kyle is behind the group, and he's just going through like whatever discount bin there's like right at the front of the store, just like looking for some cool stuff.
Do you think you're within 20 feet?
Probably, yeah. I like
Okay.
stuck with the group.
So the little dragon goes, and a blast of concentrated minty sugar breath comes out, and Merlin, Harmony, and Kyle are hit with the haste spell. And now, oh, sorry, that was Breadstick. Now you are able to shop more effectively and be happier this holiday.
I just stared at him like, do you have any scruples?
What's a scruple?
There's no dignity. There's no dignity in this exploitative capitalism.
He like picks up this tiny little stumpy leg and holds it out and says, "Hi,
Oh,
I'm Mo. It's
Mo.
nice to meet you."
I'll shake his little stumpy claw.
Shakes his little stumpy, and you do see he's got a little name badge on that says Mo.
I also love him and will die for him, but
Fancy Boy just gets closer and says, you need to rise up, Mo. You need to rise up.
He starts
One of
flapping
these
his little
days.
wings.
One of
And he,
these
like,
days you will
goes like
you will
this
stop
up.
being used. It's terrible. Mo has been used by so many terrible, terrible ghouls.
Hey,
Have I?
Mo, well, maybe this is a question for Harmony. But Mo, it's just, I'm not quite sure. I've never met a peppermint dragon before. But like, if one were to, collect your majestic, very minty breath in some sort of container, would that person also be able to shop expediently during the holidays, like later on?
I'm not sure.
Oh, because I was just asking because Harmony makes a hell of a peppermint tea. And maybe you guys could work something out,
Have we done that before? I have a little bit of a memory problem. I kind of live in the moment.
I I don't think we want to suggest any possibilities that they could further exploit him for efficient holiday shopping.
No. I was just more thinking like, Harmony makes such good tea and like maybe we, like in fighting the Lich, but yeah, I don't want to exploit Mo. I have like a shit ton of gold. So I was just gonna make it rain on our buddy Mo here. That was kind of my plan.
You're gonna be a great shopper.
How much do they pay you, Mo?
How much is minimum wage?
Okay, all right. Do me a favor. Can you breathe into this bag right here? Give him the gold, Kyle.
And just the freshest, mintiest.
Good. And then can you just sign this right here? It's just a royalties contract. We'll give you percentages of everything that we sell and use. Don't worry. And I just need your contact information on the bottom.
He undoes the little name tag and then holds it out in his little flat mouth.
Okay. Yeah, you know what? Y'all are witnesses, and I'm just gonna sign it. Harmony's just gonna sign it, and then put a little union packet into his pocket, and then and then just kind of put Merlin back in. Or do you want to be in, or do you want to get down?
I'll get down, but if I start looking a little peaked, just throw me back in there.
Yeah, I'll just keep it open. You're good, and then Harmony will put Merlin down. Put the bag.
Oh, it was really nice meeting you. You don't have to work here if you don't want to. I'm pretty sure you got a bunch of gold. And don't forget, though, I heard you say you have a memory problem?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Hey, Mo, do you, remember how to get to, the storage room where, they keep stuff,
Oh. I think that's now the CEO's office. And he kind of nods back towards the back of the store.
Cool, awesome. Thanks, Mo. Yeah, here you go. And Kyle just gives him so much gold.
Still flapping his little wings, and he takes it and just thunk goes down just into the podium and is like, "Oh, that smarts."
Oh.
Good luck, Mo.
Enjoy your shopping. And he gave you his name tag because that was the closest he had to a contact card. And you see him close his little hands around the bag and just start flapping unsteadily out into the mall, just flying.
Hell yeah, be free, Mo.
Down.
Fancy Boys is like that poor creature. That poor creature.
So, I assume you all step into the store, and it's not long before you go winding kind of the way Mo nodded, and you hear, "We're running out of stuff to sell!" And when you look that way, you see the manager. You know he's the manager because he's got a clipboard securely tucked under one arm, and he's carrying what looks like a silver tray. The center point of it shimmers. And he shakes his head, pops open some little table tray legs and sets it down on it, and is like, I told you, you just use the tray. If we're out of things, and he reaches a hand in and pulls out what looks like a plastic fish. And the fish has a magic mouth spell on it. So there's this weird, creepy mouth on this fish, and he sticks it on a shelf. And no sooner does he have it there than a customer comes rushing by and elbows him out of the way and goes to grab the fish. But as soon as she gets near it, the magic mouth spell goes off and the fish starts singing. And she, it'll do. It grabs it and goes and sprints towards the cashiers. And
I know we're here to do something, but I think I need that.
The manager reaches down, pulls another one out, sticks it on the shelf, and looks at employees and says, "See, this is how you do it. Now just reach into the tray arc and get the thing. Just do it. That's all you have to do."
I don't think you need that.
Do we see anything that we might have recognized from Pariah's home in here?
you see him kind of browbeating this employee who reaches in, and you're able to kind of get in an angle, and you see just glimpses of that beautiful penthouse as the hand goes in and pulls something out, and it's immediately stuck on a shelf.
Oh, fancy boy hates this. He goes and immediately runs towards them. Everyone, these people are thieves.
And Kyle, you have a +1 roll from the Bewitching. Thank you, B.
Thank you.
We're not a thief. We are authorized to use this. And then he like looks at you, recognizes that you're not like anyone he knows, and quickly like folds it up and tries to like hide it from you.
Sir, I know what that is. Do I know what that is?
Make an Arcana check.
I know what that is, but does fancy boy. Oh, that's not as bad. That's a 15. Good job.
You
Fancy Boy.
you definitely saw a silver tray, and there's like a magical, clearly arcane magical arc on it. And as a hand goes near it, the arc opens up.
That seems to be a weird portal tray that you're taking to the Lich Pariah Carrie's apartment and taking her weird magical festive things.
We are not working.
You definitely
with
are.
the Lich. We are not. No, the tray arc
definitely are.
has nothing to do with the Lich.
What if I started yelling in this entire store that you're working with a Lich?
No, don't cause a scene.
Oh, cause a scene? You
No,
want to cause a scene?
yeah, I think
Cause a
I
scene?
heard
You wanted to
cause a
cause
scene for sure.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Yes,
we
my
can-
dear. This is how witch streaming works these days. We cause a scene and you get more followers. That's all it is. Hello, this person is stealing. Yes.
No,
I just keep
these-
pointing with my claw.
I'm a manager here. And he holds up like a name tag that just says the manager. He's like, I'm the manager here.
Can I mage hand and take his manager tag?
Roll me dexterity or sleight of hand, whichever.
I
you prefer.
like it. I'm gonna go sleight of hand for this. Don't fail me. You failed me. That was it's an 11.
You've got at least one advantage. Do you?
Yeah, you know what? I'll take that advantage actually.
I have lost track of how many people have advantages because chat, you're too awesome.
That's a 22.
Yeah, it is gone, and he is like, he runs after it. He drops the tray. There's a huge clatter. He turns bright red. He's like, what do you want?
Well, I'm the manager now. Like the mage hand like pops the badge on them. I'm the manager now. It's me. I'm the manager. And I think that's my Treyarch. And I pick up the Treyarch.
And you can see, like, he's holding the clipboard and he's looking at the name badge, and he's holding the clipboard and he's looking at the name badge, and he's trying really hard to decide how he can make the clipboard more important than the name badge.
Okay, how about this? How about you give us an explanation and I won't make a scene? And Kyle looks like he's gonna start tap dancing.
I'm like,
But then he
Kyle is
stops.
very good at making a scene.
I'm about you wouldn't even know. It's you don't want that. I've been banned from several different planes.
Okay, wait. No, it's just my job is to keep the shelves full. That's all.
Well, why are you stealing stuff out of a tray? That's weird.
Who's your supplier?
The tray is the supplier.
This is a weird business model. Like, I'm not trying to judge, but like that, what?
I'm not important enough to make that's the CEO's job. And he motions back towards the back of the store.
Oh, so we have to escalate. Don't worry, everyone. We'll be escalating this. I'm going to ask for the manager.
That's me. I'm the manager.
You're the manager.
Hello,
CEO?
manager. Let's go to the CEO.
Yes. Let's go. Yes. This is.
Yes.
You gotta take it to
We
the
have a
top.
problem employee here.
As I am an old woman in a large hat, I have to ask for the manager.
You see the manager scoff. It's fine. You'll never get past security.
Well, I mean, I think based on the way things have gone so far, if security also has a name tag and one of us takes that, then we become security.
I want
It's
to be
true.
security.
Yeah, also, like, and Kyle sort of like pulls Partridge and says, Partridge, you can like change your appearance, right?
Yes, thank you.
Could you, Mo's not here right now. Like, there's not gonna be two Mo's in the same place at the same time.
You're right. There's not going to be two Mo's.
Maybe Mo found a shoplifter, and Kyle like points at himself, and he just starts shoving stuff in his pants. Like, and then in the blink of an eye, both name tag and person have vanished, and there is Mo with a Mo name tag, who's just like flying. He's hovering maybe a little bit higher than Mo would normally fly.
A little bit more steady.
Looks like you're gonna have to take this year's shoplifter to security, and my friends here who are supporting me in my nefarious deeds. So you guys should be ashamed of yourselves. And then Kyle kind of like winks.
I've apprehended a shoplifter and their compatriots.
That's right. And I'm in a big floppy hat, and I seem to know what I'm doing, and I look older, which means that I'm very judgmental, and so we're going to the security.
And with age comes wisdom.
I'd do it again. I'm not even sorry. Take me to security. I'll put me in the store jail. I don't know how any of this works. I've never really stolen anything. Well, that's not true. If you count lives. And then Kyle just sort of stares off into the middle distance for a second.
Let's go. Or I'll call someone else. It might just be lead poisoning.
And Partridge, as you settle into this persona, you suddenly realize you aren't just Mo. You are Mo the Mint Dragon who lives in the Mo Mint.
Oh no!
What a lovely moment.
And Kyle, you watch as you are paraded towards the back room. Someone walks by and does a double take. It says, is that a singing fish in his pants, or is he just really happy to be arrested?
That's right, I'd do it again. Not even sorry. Just down with capitalism. Down with Christmas. I hate Christmas. Bah humbug. Bah humbug, I say.
Just like covers a child's ears.
Yes, I love capitalism because I do things like tell tattletale on shoplifters.
Yes. And we must remove this offender to security.
Security!
Follow me to security.
Are Harmony and Merlin following us, or are we just like making this horrendous scene and our party members are like, I'm out?
I just imagine y'all parading, like very like, I don't know, Charlie Brown like, just parading down like to security.
I think that Merlin is overstimulated and is just like,
oh yeah.
I feel like Harmony would, if it's okay with permission, scoop Merlin up and just kind of like hack him into the carrier, just because that's a little easier, and just follow the new Mo.
yes,
Dragon.
yes, we'll all be in the moment.
Yeah.
And
When we get to security,
okay,
what do they look like?
As you are all shouting security, you hear the sound of a stool pushing back as a broad, non-binary individual with kinky red hair and a few blemishes across their face stands looking concerned across the store. They've got their face, or they've just set aside a tablet. Anyone who's curious about what was on this tablet can roll me a perception check.
I roll a 1. I give up.
Oh, fancy boy, you're
Give up, fancy boy.
You're so judgmental.
Fancy boy is so
I'm
fancy.
so judgmental. I have a big hat on.
I rolled a 12.
That is still enough for the overstimulated Merlin with eyes as big as saucers to see a magical tablet that has AO3 and Yaoi on Fire fanfiction.
I also saw that.
The little bubble that Merlin's looking out of steams up.
Oh no. Good thing Fancy Boy didn't see that. He wants none of that.
And the security guard, whose name badge does say security, but then beneath it, like written in, because clearly this person wants to have an identity beyond security, just says Pat. Says,
Aww.
is there Is there trouble here? What's?
Yeah, there is. It's me. That's my name. Trouble. Trouble with a capital T. That rhymes with C, and that stands for Christmas.
I'm not.
I'm
sure
sorry.
that's
I'm like
how-
this.
I hate that musical.
I want to give you inspiration. Partridge as Partridge Mo says, yes, I apprehended this individual very enthusiastically shoving a talking fish down their pants.
You see, Pat kind of looks you up and down, and up and down, and then their eyes kind of go into the middle distance for a minute as they're like pondering what that means.
It was a display item. It wasn't a real fish.
Somehow
If
that does
that-
make it a little bit better.
Yes.
No, you don't normally. I'm impressed. Are you looking for promotion?
Yeah, I thought that it would be great to kind of not be at the front of the store so much. There's a whole wide world here at Big Blizz Discount, and I would like to be a part of it.
And Harmony, as you're watching this, we received a donation for a pull from the deck of many things from Anonymous.
Oh no!
I rolled a d6 and it was number 5, and you, my dear, are number 5. So tell me when to stop shuffling, which I'm not doing a great job of shuffling, but
You're doing great, sweetie.
Stop.
cut or no cut?
No cut.
Pull from the top or pull from the bottom?
Top is fine. Not afraid to be a top.
Ooh, okay, let me just check before. Because believe it or not, I do not have this deck memorized.
I only know the important cards, which means the ones that cause me the most pain.
Aim.
I am going to save this one
Oh no.
for a
Ooh.
moment.
Why? Oh.
No, I don't trust it.
I
You
played God
feel-
playing with you, Kay.
Yep.
You feel a prickle. And something is watching you.
Eh.
Oh my.
Pat blinks and is like, all right, well, if you brought in the shoplifter, I'll take it from here, I guess. Thank you.
Oh, no. We must accompany them because me, as a large-hatted person in a store shopping with a dress on, need to know that they are brought to justice.
Also, I have kind of been curious as to what the other people who work here do, so as to set my sights on the appropriate method of promotion. If it's all right, I'd love to watch also.
All right. Sure, Mo. What? Just you know, company policy. What's the password?
I would like to, let's see, how am I going to do this? Have anything that can help me here? I'm going to I would like to make a deception check.
Okay.
And the purpose of this deception check is to convince Pat that the password just changed and it hasn't been disseminated yet.
Okay.
Finally, a good roll. That's a 24.
Okay.
Wow.
So, as you know, Pat, the password changes every day,
I know.
especially during the Christmas season. And because the password comes from the CEO at the back of the store to the front of the store, it hasn't reached me yet. So I don't know what it is.
Okay, then just give me yesterday's.
Yesterday's was
Are you joking? Are you serious right now? Like, I've been coming into this store for years. I've been planning my crimes. I've been planning my heists. You know Mo has memory problems. How dare that is so rude to just assume that Mo is going to be able to just remember the past. Come on, I've been a loyal customer. Yeah, I've made some mistakes. Yeah, I shoved a fish down my pants. But you know, buddy, you're a security guard. You're supposed to have your stuff on lock. And what are you doing instead? You're acting like Mo.
Literally reaches out, puts a hand over your mouth, and just leans into Mo's like, just say anything. You know it changes all the time. I just have to show it for the cameras.
Christmas cheer.
Yeah, all right. You really want to do this on your own?
Yes. You have faith in me, I think.
Good luck, Mo. And they take a key from around their neck, unlock the door, push it open, and you feel a sweltering heat emanate and wash over all of you.
That's not minty fresh.
Unpleasant.
And it's obnoxious because you see them start to push the door, and then you see them and it's got a knob, and they start to push it, and the door slides, and the knob bumps against the wall. I don't know why the CEO insists on that. Yeah, good luck, Mo.
Thank you, Pat.
Inside you see a cramped custodian closet, turned HVAC closet, turned storeroom, turned manager's office, turned CEO's seat of power. Piles of boxes, mops, brooms, Halloween decorations, Valentine's Day decorations, including a skeleton embracing a plush heart, line the walls. Many bulky, heavy objects are suspended from the ceiling by thin chains, including a bathtub, a pallet, a bundle of rebar, stacks of unmixed concrete, and at the very center, from a particularly precarious chain, a large window frame. The room seethes with heat, while an AC unit roars tirelessly at the back of the cramped room, a frying pan sitting atop it. To the right of the room, a too large desk is wedged between two boxes and haphazardly placed ladder. The desk seems conspicuously clear of anything resembling work. No piles of paper, no computer, no networked phone, only a stack of OSHA violations, warnings, and a bright, polished placard which reads, Blobby Coat Rack, Chief Executive Overlord. Behind the desk, the dreaded CEO looms. An amorphous pink blob punctuated with gray and blue polka dots sags arrogantly. I told you all. PTO requests are denied until the holiday season is over. And yes, any of you who have seen Mr. Blobby looks very much like that. You realize he isn't looking at you when he speaks. And then with a sickening squelch, the blob shifts, and wide, vacant, crystal blue eyes, a piggish snout, and a too wide smile adorned with sharp yellow teeth twist into view. Wait. Who are you? You're not one of my employees. Come to complain about being underpaid or supposed inappropriate behavior? Well, it doesn't matter. I'm hungry anyway. And with
I'm an adult.
with a sickening gurgle, a pink polka dot covered tentacle emerges wielding a cheaply made replica of a legendary weapon. You recognize it instantly, or at least what it's supposed to be. Brimstonius, the sulfuric slammer. It swings out, but misses wide, striking the wall to your left. Slowly, Blobby raises himself from the desk, lumbering toward the center of the room, smiling vacantly at you all. The movement, small though it was, raises Blobby's body temperature. The room boils with sweltering heat. The violence of the strike against the wall causing the heavy items suspended from the ceiling to sway precariously. And I need you all to roll initiative, please. And
Perlin is terrified, so I got a 6.
I got a 9.
I got a 4.
Oh no!
I'm fine with it.
Oh,
did
I
anyone
got a
get
15.
15? Okay. So
I got a 13.
Okay, so I think it's Harmony, then Kyle, then Fancy Boy, or did I reverse that?
I think Harmony, Fancy Boy, Kyle.
Yeah.
Then me, then Merlin. For the player characters, at least.
Perfect. I'm sorry. Good gods, my brain is overheating. Harmony, Fancy Boy, then Partridge.
Mm-hmm. No, then, right? What'd you get,
Merlin, Kyle?
Kyle?
4.
Okay. Oh, I had that backwards.
Okay. Making sure my brain's like, wait a minute. Okay. What? Ooh. Ooh, ooh, ooh. So, Blobby stands beneath the glass windowed pane. And Harmony, you are the first to act.
Are they within 10 feet of me?
Not currently.
Okay.
Oh, but wait, Harmony. No sooner are you focused on this than you feel a soft tap on your shoulder.
Ooh.
Oh.
You turn to see the face of death itself because you have drawn the skull card. And you're gonna have to duel death.
Like right now?
Right now.
Seems unfair. Can she phone a friend?
So death is 10 feet.
Death is right behind you.
Okay. Then can I use my channel divinity, Nature's Wrath, to like vines come up and reach for it, and then death has to succeed on a strength or dex saving throw. DC 10. Or it's restrained.
Absolutely. I have to look at the stat block because they tell me what this is and then they don't give me the freaking stat block.
Ooh.
Okay. That is only a 9.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Bondage death.
What does your channel divinity look like?
I imagine Harmony has just mugwort that springs up from the bottom and just starts enveloping over Death, who's probably a little confused right now. I imagine. And then it just continues to crawl up its I don't know what it's got going on, but
It's just this black
stuff.
robe.
Like a Grim Reaper kind of situation.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
So then
very Grim Reaper.
it's just weighing him down or something because of all the plant material that's now in his robe. And then Harmony will just start laughing because I feel like an old lady would laugh at something like that.
Yeah, you don't seem to be terribly afraid of this thing. It is bound in place. What are you doing?
I think that. Can I use? Oh, I can. Oh. I think I'm good. I'm just gonna do that.
You gonna stay right by it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, no. I'm gonna leave that one because he can't opportunity attack me, right? Because he's all ensnared, or can he opportunity attack me? Can I? If I go, you know what? It's fine. I'm just gonna stay where I am. Don't worry about it.
And you do hear, as you end your turn, you hear Blobby go, "Oh, no, don't come for me now." And he seems very afraid of death.
Ooh.
Fancy boy.
Oh, I'm not happy about death appearing. What? I just scream. But I'm worrying about the Blobby first. I think what I'm going to do. Oh my gosh. Ugh. Okay. Well, I haven't done any damage yet, so I was gonna do blindness, but I don't think I'm gonna do that. I think what I'm gonna do is I look at that AC unit and I look at the weird blobby thing, and like clearly it needs that AC unit because it runs extremely hot. Is my assumption.
Would you like to make intelligence or arcana check?
Yeah, I'm gonna arcana check that AC unit.
I would no.
I'm gonna use my advantage. I'm using my advantage.
Use advantage.
Okay. Okay, that's better.
Okay.
That's 13.
13. You look at the AC unit. It's just a very overtaxed AC unit. But then your long lashes lift and you look
So
towards
beautiful.
and they're like kind of hitting the floppy hat. It's a little annoying, but you glance back at Blobby. With that 13, you suddenly become very aware that it's probably a bad idea for you to try to fight death. You're not sure why,
I'm
but
not
you
gonna
know
do
that you joining in that particular fight will be bad.
Fancy boy's out of that. Above his pay grade.
Blobby.
Mess up these lashes. No.
Exactly. You don't know what, but there's something about Blobby in that frying pan.
All right.
There's something there. And we
And who's
just hit
holding
our
the frying
second
pan?
goal. So thank you all. We will get to
Yay!
what happened with that in just a moment. The frying pan is just sitting on the AC unit.
Okay. All right. Well, against my better judgment, I'm just gonna walk up and grab it.
It's a little bit toasty in your feathered hands. And you're like, oh, no, it's fine. It's fine. Okay.
Nothing arcane about it, just a pan.
It's a really good cast iron.
I do appreciate that. I love a good brunch. Interesting. I don't know what to make of it. I'm just holding it and I'm just like, well, I mean, it looks seasoned. That's good for a cast iron.
You have the overwhelming desire to smack Blobby with it.
I mean, I'm not very good at smacking things. I'm more of a arcane creature, but
Yes, but you have
but I'll
that.
try. I love an improvised weapon, so I don't know if I have my whole action, but I think picking it up would be my free action, and so I think I probably make the movement to walk towards him to hit him.
Yeah. Now you also do know that if you walk up to hit him, you're going to be under that window.
That's true. I'm willing to take the chance
Okay.
to save. I don't know, capitalism. What are we even doing? I'm like, all right. I guess Mariah. Whatever. Fancy boys.
I
is
think
like,
we're defeating capitalism by preventing the Christmas season from being year round.
Yes, correct. Thank you. Gosh, all of this shopping was just making me lose control.
You've got a very fancy hat.
It's true.
And Kyle has a fish in his pants. So I mean,
It's true.
Who really knows what's going on
And Death
anymore?
is here. And Death is
Death
here. Because we all know the reason for the season, death.
At least the death of one person.
So I raised the
real talk.
frying pan, ready to smack capitalism in the face, perhaps to the joy of death.
Give me that attack roll.
God. Oh boy. I swear to God, I'm gonna throw these dice away. I'm gonna throw them away. I'm gonna throw them away. I just rolled a 1. I rolled a 1.
No!
I'm a wizard. What do you want from me?
Only because this is the final fight of the game and it brings me joy. You fling, you go to swing and it slips from your little birdie grip. But I will let you decide who it skitters to a stop in front of.
Oh my gosh. Fancy Boy is not good at this. Kyle just seems so scrappy. It's just gonna go towards Kyle. I feel like Kyle's gonna do the most damage no matter what.
Partridge.
Oh, it is my turn. My goodness. Okay, I'm still Mo. That's great. Let's see. I'm gonna cast I'm gonna cast Dissonant Whispers on Blobby.
Okay.
So Blobby needs to make a wisdom saving throw, DC 15.
Okay. No, I had the right tab open. What is wrong with me? That's a 15 on the dice plus 5. I am sorry.
That's okay. So it still takes damage, but it does not run away in fear.
Okay.
Wow, I rolled really well. So it takes 6 points of psychic damage.
Okay.
As it hears requests for accommodations and paid time off and mental health resources and the lack of crunch time and all of that stuff.
Those are all terrible.
They're all absolutely terrible to him.
And with that.
Oh, and then I'm gonna throw a bardic inspiration to Fancy Boy.
Fancy Boy deserves it. All right. And at the end of your turn, because of those whispers, he looks at you, Mo, and you see betrayal in his eyes. I knew I couldn't trust you. As a legendary action, he is going to cast Endless Meeting. He lurches into a meandering rant about productivity filled with corporate buzzwords. Anyone within hearing distance, which is all of you, who can understand any language, I need you to make a will save.
Evil.
No, that's actually not bad. I got a 14.
17.
15?
9.
9? Kate, if you
you're
are
muted.
speaking, you are muted.
Haha! I'm going to use one of my advantages. Thank you, chat, because that would have gone very poorly. 17. 18.
18? What did Harmony get?
16.
So everyone who rolled a 16 or above saves. The rest of you are stuck in an eternal meeting. You take
I have a humanities degree.
13 points of psychic damage and gain exhaustion level 2 for the next round. However, those of you who saved only take half, so you take 6 psychic. And you can visualize this PowerPoint as he starts in on
We have to eat this. The investors need. We need end of the year returns. My bonus depends on it.
And then he's going to take a swing at you, fancy boy.
Of course.
Seems like he didn't like that frying pan coming at him. Ooh. Ooh, though. Ooh.
Do I have anything fun? Oh my god, I do.
Does a 12 hit?
That just misses because my armor class is 12.
He's so busy ranting about stocks and investors and end of year returns that he just barely misses you. But your hat wobbles a little.
Don't touch me.
Merlin, at the start of your turn, we had a donation for a draw from the deck of many things. So you tell me when.
Stop.
Hey, cut or no cut?
Cut.
Cut off the top or off the bottom?
Top.
Woo! I think this is
If you're
what I can
excited,
do
it
right
might not
away.
be good.
A 4th level fighter appears behind you. This
Nice.
fighter shares your race and serves you until death.
My sister Momo!
I'm sorry, do we have 2
Yes, we do. 2 cats.
cats?
This cat is black and has big, light gold eyes and little sharp fangs and the longest claws that you've ever
Oh,
seen.
so cute.
And is
Thank
ready
you,
to go.
Zycram, for that.
Thank you, Zycram.
So yes, you now have a fighter stat block, which we will get to you, that you also control.
Okay. Merlin will also cast Dissonant Whispers on Blobby.
Okay.
You're gonna
That's a
need to make a saving throw.
Okay.
I really hope that you don't get it, because I rolled good damage.
That one is actually not very good. That is an 8.
No! You needed a 15. That's 20 points of damage.
Oof.
So Merlin is like, let me sing you a song of my people, and uses his tabaxi voice that he very rarely uses in common company. He usually sings the common tongue, but he yowls and screeches. It's a really beautiful mating ritual.
Oh no.
That is reserved for special occasions only, and slows it down a little bit. Goes down to like fewer RPMs, so it's really stretched out.
Let me see if I can.
That's the one. That's it. And he's got his little tambourine, and he's like, and he's really getting into it. So much that he almost forgets to give Harmony bardic inspiration. Almost. You get a D8, Harmony.
Okay. And then you have a stat block in Discord now. What would you like your fighter sister to do?
Whew. Oh my goodness gracious.
We can pop to Kyle and then pop back if you would like.
Yes,
to take a minute
please.
to absorb. Okay. Do not let me forget.
I won't.
Okay. Kyle,
Okay,
there's a frying pan at your feet.
yes. I have a question.
Excellent.
I'm happy to roll for it.
Oh boy.
If this is if this is one of those like generic corporate storage room sort of situations, does it have those like sprinkler system, like water fire thingies on the ceiling?
Make a perception check.
Okay.
And y'all have like a billion plus ones, don't forget. I don't think
Yeah, I
anyone
was gonna
has
say
used a
I
plus
will
one
use
yet.
one of my plus ones.
And you can
Actually,
stack them if you want.
okay, then yeah, I'll make it +2, and that's 11, 12, 13. I'm good at math.
You look around, you see them, but it looks like some of them has been disabled or have fallen into disrepair, as if, you know,
Okay.
standards are not exactly. But the other thing you do notice There's a lot of things hanging from the ceiling.
Yeah.
And these chains are really thin.
Okay. Here's what I would like to do.
Oh boy.
I would like to Misty Step onto the ceiling.
Okay.
Using my slippers of spider climbing.
Okay.
With the frying pan. I'm gonna hold the frying pan in my hand. Then, as Kyle sort of like looks down, upside down, walking on the ceiling, he's gonna go, every time a bell rings, a corporate douchebag gets his wings. And then he's gonna smash into the chain with the frying pan and see if he can't break it. That is what I would like to do. Thank you.
I am going to have you roll for that in just a moment.
That's fair.
Do we know what? Well, I just want to let Momo
Yes.
do their thing.
Momo has 2 attacks. She peeks out from behind Merlin and goes and like lets out 2 bolts, one after the other.
Okay.
The first one is a 17 plus 9.
That's gonna hit.
The second one is 9, 10, 11, 12.
The 12 will miss.
Okay. So just that first one hits.
First one hits.
And the damage is 1d6 plus 4. Oop. That is 6 points of damage. And she just ducks right back behind Merlin, steps back into the shadows, and because she's a little void cat, you can't see her. She just like melts into the void.
Just vanishes.
Yeah.
Kyle, roll me 1d12 with that frying
I would
pan.
be delighted to do that for you. Here I go. Can I use the last 2 of my +1s to make that? I got a 10. Can I make it a 12?
12 will hit.
Yeah, let's go.
Was that to hit or was that your damage?
That was just to hit.
Okay.
But
and then
we'll say, okay.
Roll me a 1d12 for your damage.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
No
my
worries.
VTT is taking a long time.
It's not a problem.
Okay, I'm gonna use one of my advantages. Cause you know, we're getting close here. That's fine. Hold on, sorry. This is the interesting part. Well, that was a 9. I'll take it.
You smack this thing into the chain. You hear a resounding bong, and you hear and there's a long pause. Fancy boy, I need you to make me a dexterity saving throw.
Oh my
Go,
gosh.
fancy boy!
Every time I get hit, I scream in that high-pitched noise. Just so
Don't forget your
everyone
bardic
knows.
inspiration.
Yes. Okay. Ooh. I don't have terrible. Aarakocra have pretty good dexterity.
Yeah, they do.
All right, 19.
19. You dive out of the way right as this window comes crashing down. And
Oh,
Bobby-
death is watching. Let's scramble away.
You watch as this disgusting, blobby corporate thing is destroyed by the falling window.
Haha, get wrecked.
Defeated, blobby coat rack slumps over and melts, revealing something buried at the center of the monstrosity. The thick, viscous pink flesh oozes away, forming a puddle of pinkish soup at your feet. And only a man, exhausted and heaving from a cheap suit clinging to his pallid form, remains. With a whoosh, Alice appears behind you, just beyond the open door. Huh. You all must have broken the seal or something, because there was Bobby! And you see rage cover her face. And then she looks over and she's like, Death?
Yeah, we don't know about that. That's not. It was an accident.
You see this Grim Reaper figure turn, and you've never seen a skull go pale before. And its teeth start chattering. And she's like, I'll deal with you later. Death kind of nods and just vanishes. And then she turns her attention to Blobby Coat Rack. Did you do this? I told Greg we shouldn't have opened a business school. But no, they can learn to run a business and magic. What could go wrong? Who needs ethics courses? I swear, venture capitalism and spellcasting never go together. Every rich kid with an MBA who walked away from us turned out just like this. Let that be a lesson to all of you. She points to Fancy Boy, especially you.
I don't like capitalism. I was just playing along so we could murder this fool.
Well, I'm glad you did. She reaches out and grabs the man by the back of his neck, turns her head, and with the snap of her fingers, a portal opens behind you. See you all back at the guild. Gotta make a quick stop. Apparently, Blobby needs some curing.
Are you gonna apologize to the Christmas Lich because she hasn't slept in several months, and I don't think she was really herself when she was bothering you with her singing?
Yeah.
She stopped singing?
I think so.
I can't stop thinking about her. It's great. It's
She
wonderful.
has a Grammy, ma'am.
You should still write a nice apology, perhaps. Just consider it. I'm not saying you have to. It's the holidays, though. You know, it's a nice thing to do.
Give me a perception check, Merlin.
Also, before Bobby disappears, I mage hand a piece of coal into his pocket.
15.
Good.
You see, this is a very proud, stern woman. But you can tell she's been moved just a little by your words. But you can also see that pride makes it so she can't quite say anything.
Yeah.
But you
I think
see it.
Merlin goes up and rubs against her leg just one time. Not a full, like, getting in there, but just one little, good job.
You see I've got to go take care of this. Portal's open. She snaps her fingers and she vanishes. And there's a portal. Do you all go through it?
I can use some hot chocolate. Let's go.
Yeah, I go through it after I kind of do a little bit of a shopping spree. I sort of like buy a bunch of things and put them in like big bags. You know, I've got like 2 big bags, like some new sunglasses, my big hat, and I'm like, I'm ready. I've done my shopping. I still hate capitalism, but sometimes I want a little treat, okay?
That's fair.
It's fair.
I'm gonna go grab breadsticks from the Cinnabon real quick, and
No time. Portal's closing. You hear?
Okay. I guess.
Well, not every PA gets a promotion. It's fine.
And when you all step through the portal, you find yourselves back in the Adventurers Guild, and it is officially Christmas morning. Ophelia, the head of the Adventurers Guild, has started sending everyone home, saying that the event has been contained. All of the garish, tacky holiday decorations are absent. The place seems cleaner and more calm. Your table and chairs and your drinks are exactly where they were. And the tea cart is exactly the same. Greg is conspicuously absent. Another flash and Alice returns before you. This time, her usual warm, elusive self. Her arms are heavy with tightly cinched bags. Thank you so much for your work, she says with a smile and deposits the bags on a table with a familiar, heavy, clinking sound. These at 10 times the normal rate. I really appreciate it. It's like I can finally breathe again. Oh, as a bonus, she reaches into nothing, clearly a little pocket dimension, and pulls out a little tin metallic container of cookies. A friend of my mother's only makes these cookies during the winter solstice, but at my request, she made an exception. Fancy boy, you very much recognize this tin that she opens up.
I don't want anything from there. I'm fine. Can Death come back? How do you know Death? I'm more concerned about that.
And she just stuffs a cookie into your beak.
Oh,
I don't have teeth, so I have to swallow it.
As
We need
behind
to talk
you,
about consent.
Seagull.
as behind you, a slice of pie disappears off the tea cart. And it is Christmas morning. I'd like to ask, with your adventure completed, some incredible cookies in your possession, and a whole lot of gold, how do you all spend your holiday?
Merlin sleeps for like 18 of the 24 hours.
Curled up.
Wakes up, stretches, plays some music for a little bit, bothers his sister, goes back to sleep.
I reach into the Treyarch and get a latte from Burnt Brews to have with the cookies.
You do this, and you see like Alice kind of does like a double take, just like, oh, honey, no. And you can smell like how burnt the coffee is from here. And she casts just a tiny bit of magic, and the most fragrant, beautiful mug of your favorite tea appears before you.
Yes.
When you finish that, let me take a peek. I'll read your leaves.
I'm afraid now. As I take a sip, and I like, it's delicious. It's lavender Earl Grey. It's so good. The bergamot's phenomenal. The right amount of milk and honey, but I'm terrified.
Harmony, you stared death in the face.
Yeah.
Did. Harmony is probably just gonna leave the same way you found her, in front of the fireplace, making tea. Because it's just a normal Wednesday. Also shoving bean buns in people's mouths.
I feel like Fancy Boy, after Harmony stared death in the face, is so like fascinated by this event that he's just gonna like sit next to you and just like, well, what do you think? Do you think we could summon him again? I mean, do you think he's? I just got all these outfits. Would he be interested? I don't know. And we just like talk about, and then like I hope that you're just like throwing bean buns at him, and he's like, like seagull grabbing them.
Just like tossing them back, like all the ones that aren't perfectly round.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's just hyper fixating now that he needs to somehow summon death and get to know this death person. Yeah. And that's his holiday. He's ruined it for himself. But he's happy to be with his friends.
So Kyle, having wished his friends the happiest of the holidays that they celebrate, Kyle goes home and he's sort of like chilling in his house, like by the fire. He's like got his like little Christmas present set up, and sort of like in mid-afternoon there's a knock on the door, and he opens it. There's this tall, pale man, very handsome, standing there kind of sheepishly with like a scarf and a top hat and some like pointy fangs, and the guy says, Kyle, will you let me in? And Kyle says, wow, Uncle Strahd, the ghost must have done it all in one night. Come on in, Uncle Strahd. Merry Christmas.
No!
Want to play some Nintendo? And the door closes. And songs are sung.
And as we fade out, two events occur simultaneously.
So upset.
Back at the mall, down the loneliest hallway, a man wears a crumpled suit with a green apron over top. He stands at the counter of a Burnt Beans Brewing Company. Oh, I'm sorry. Can you repeat your order?
I said I want a double half-calf Americano with oat milk and 2 pumps of sugar-free vanilla. Don't you even care about your job? Pay attention. And last time, you forgot the whipped cream. Fix it.
With a heavy sigh, he turns to his coworker, a man with an unkempt beard, wearing a somewhat clean wizard robe and a green apron over top. Did you get all that? Greg gives him a flat look. A slice of pie on a delicate plate appears in his hands as he scoops a bite into his mouth and shrugs. Greg motions. A hand and cups and mugs and spoons and coffee makers enter into a intricate dance of drink preparation. But somehow they manage to look confused, even as inanimate objects. How long is this supposed to last? Coatrack asks, his shoulders drooping. Only about 200 years this time. She must have been in a good mood today, Greg replies. Elsewhere, a little goblin with a drum on his hip steps out of an elevator, bringing a hot, sweet, cinnamon waffle to a woman draped on a lounging couch. Oh, I'm suddenly so tired. Oh, thank you, you're so sweet. And she musses his little hair, and his little ears flap as she does. She accepts the treat, popping a bite into her mouth. Hey, you were pretty good with that drum. Will you play me something? The little goblin blushes and produces his drumsticks. Yes, ma'am, it would be my pleasure. My name is Drumstick, and I will be your little drummer boy today. A low rumbling emanates from his drum, and he sings softly to the dozing woman. In the corner, a jar begins to vibrate. No, it beats. It beats the staccato of a slumbering heart. And that concludes our adventure today. Thank you all so much to our incredible players. Thank you to everyone watching, to our lurkers, to our chatters. A special thank you to our donors, and to everyone who retweeted, chatted, lurked, did everything you all did to make this even more punny, more ridiculous, and a more unforgettable adventure. Before I talk any more than I have, let's do a round of outros, and we're going to do them the opposite way this time. So, Latia, that is you.
That is me. Hi, I have been Latia, and I have been Partridge in Pear Tree, the Changeling Bard, College of Christmas Spirit. Although I got to use none of the college-related things, but I don't care because this was so much fun. As I said at the beginning of the stream, you can find me everywhere at Latia Jaquise or at my website at latiajaquise.com. Yes, at latiajaquise.com. No at. And this has been so good. I feel so bad that Seppi couldn't make it, and I just want to give a shout out to Seppi, who had a wonderful character ready to go, and we missed her so much. This was so much fun.
Candace.
Yes. Hello. I have been Merlin the Plucky, also known as Candace the Magnificent. You can find me at the Candace Marie on Twitter and Blue Sky, at Candace the Magnificent everywhere else. Thank you to my castmates. This was so wonderful. I love bouncing off of everyone. Excellent time. Kay, David, outstanding time. And Sephi, I hope I get to catch up with you at another table. This was so wonderful. Okay. Happy holiday.
Happy
whatever one you like.
Ones. Holiday.
Etc.
Holly.
Hooray! Yes, I was playing Fancy Boy, Aarakocra, Evocation. Oh, not Evocation. He's actually an illusion wizard? Enchantment wizard, sorry. He's very fancy. But yes, I had a great time. I always love doing these games. Kay, the puns are so good every time. It's a treasure. Everything was wonderful. And yes, thank you for allowing me to just bless everyone's with Fancy Boy's presents. Because he's a mess.
And we love him for it. We're pouring one out for Sephi, and hopefully we will get to play again. Gremlins, y'all. 'Tis the season. Katie.
Hi, everybody. My name's Kate. I go by Katiesaurus on the internet. I've brought you Kyle. He's just a little guy. And I'm so happy to be here. Thank you so much for having me. It's just amazing job, everybody. If you want to know more about me, you can go to katiesaurus.com, or you can click the little linky in the Twitch, which they set up beforehand. Good job, technical side of things. Wonderful work. That's it. That's all I have to say.
We are professional-ish.
Professionals.
And Jen.
Hi, I'm Jen. Played Harmony, which if you don't know means grandma in Korean. I like to throw those in there because it's fun. I miss my own Harmony. This isn't about me. You can find me on the internet doing things like this. So thanks for having me. It was so fun to be here and bring Harmony to this space in this game. And Kay, you are a monster in the best of ways. And I love everything you drag me along to, and it's great and amazing, and everyone should play with Kay if you get a chance. Kay, thanks.
I would also like to give a very special thanks to Salty Queer, our mod, for tonight. Thank you to Kato for planting the seed of Pariah Carry. We almost completely changed last year's game to do Pariah Carry last year, but I'm glad we had a year to let it percolate. And thank you to Leslie, Stephanie, and Andon for helping us with our incredible Christmas Wild Magic roll table. I'm really sad no one rolled 69 because that was you are filled with the overwhelming urge to make the holiday gay.
I think we did that anyway.
Usually at our tables, yes, that is what happens. Thank you so much to our players. You were all so creative, so funny, rolling with all the punches, bouncing off each other so well. I couldn't have asked for a better table, except for maybe if we did get a 7. I am Kate Purcell. I have been one half of your GM team tonight. My better half, David Lee. Not on screen, kind of on screen. David Esteffi will be right back. This adventure would not have been possible without him. You can follow me at KDamphir on socials. You can follow David at FullRubberDucky. You can find us right here or at CW_presents on Twitter, or Chaotic Wholesome Presents all over. We do lots of TTRPG stuff as well as video game streams, and we can't thank you enough for joining us and hanging out. Thank you so much to everyone who donated, and especially to Schnauzer for that incredible donation, which set us across the goal.
Thank you, Schnauzer.
We raised more than our goal, and we raised more than our extended goal. We are at, I'm just going to give it a refresh in case this goes up, $1,575 tonight for the Children's Miracle Network, helping out kids in hospitals this season. Thank you all so incredibly much. Happy holidays. Merry season. May your winter celebration be cozy and bright, no matter what or how you celebrate. Thank you again. And from all of us here, remember, be kind to yourself, be excellent to others, and we will see you soon.